Question. I don't know.
In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smiling. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
And we back. What up, y'all? What up? Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. This ain't what you're watching Wednesday this week. Y'all know we switched up every other week. Y'all in here, please like, please share. Hit that subscribe button you watching on YouTube. What up, Trey Money? What
Ain't
up,
nothing,
Wolf?
ain't nothing. What's going on? What's up?
Nothing, man. Hopefully my connection stays smooth. I'm gonna try and keep the video camera on today. You know, every time I usually cut it on, they start glitching me out. I ain't been on camera lately.
I feel
Man,
you on
Woo
that
was in
shit.
here early. I just called you, Woo, before about like 20 minutes before the show start. You know,
What's
you
up,
probably was
Slicky?
jamming. Reese
Yeah.
still, don't use that S word.
Right.
Yeah, Reese still man down. Y'all
Yeah.
prayers up for Reese. Add her in the chat. If y'all can tag her name and put some hearts up. Get well soon. We need my girl back out here. What up, Malik?
What's up, Malik? What's good?
My man Malik out here early. What you doing up this early, Malik? What y'all got going on? Tanisha. Is that's right? Hopefully I'm right. Fenwick.
One of my booze. My little,
Okay.
my
Appreciate you
little
for tapping
sis.
in.
Tell KP I said
Okay.
happy birthday. I forgot to tag him in the story before I got online. So tell KP I said happy birthday, and I'm gonna message him.
Oh yeah.
But thank
Happy
you for stopping by,
birthday, man.
Tanisha. Yeah, his birthday's
Happy
today.
Yeah, all these February babies, man. Y'all lit this month, man. They
Hell
lit.
yeah. Hell
Happy
yeah.
birthday. If you celebrating a birthday. We
For
definitely gonna
real.
get on Wellness Wednesday today. We're gonna be talking about health. There's a couple of things they requested for us to talk about, so I'm gonna give a few people some time to get in here. Y'all
Okay.
make sure y'all share, because I know somebody wanted us to talk about mental health, but we said
Yeah.
that can go anywhere. You know what? You
Wheezy
know,
has said that Wheezy has said that somebody else had mentioned mental health. I know Destiny said something about some bill or law being passed or something
Yeah,
like that that's taking away
yeah.
antidepressants. So I'm a okay, Tiny, thank you, love. But yeah, so she said something about somebody signing something that takes away antidepressants. I don't know about
RFK.
that.
She talking about RFK. Yeah, I'm gonna see when
Yeah.
she get in
Been
here.
jamming with the woo. I seen you. I was asleep like a mug for your whatever link you sent at like 2 a.m. Niggas was asleep.
Yeah,
I
Sliggy
ain't
be
seen
up.
that shit till the morning. I gotta catch them drinks that be like 5:30 and shit.
Yeah,
You know.
Sliggy be up jamming off the late night. I know
Mm-hmm.
she was saying something about RFK. He taking away anti
Antidepressants, yeah.
yeah, depression drugs or when that, and I was looking into it and I see what she talking about. Like they saying that it's people that's gonna need them drugs and he pulling away from 'em. So
Yeah.
me,
That's
I had
absolutely.
to go in and see why he's pulling it away. Like I don't just
Yeah, I'm not about to
when
just.
somebody do something, I just am like, oh, you did that, you evil. Why would you do that?
Yeah, nah.
So when I looked into it, it's based off the studies that, the results it been causing for people later on in life, and they've been giving it to kids, at a young age, so they trying to put a restriction on it. He feel like these kids don't need these drugs, for these conditions. It's other healthier ways, so he
Shit.
saying he got another way, that'll be more beneficial. Not that he not gonna help them kids with that issue. He just saying it's a
Yeah.
safer, better way for them,
Yeah.
longevity wise. But people just hand he taking away antidepressants, just like, oh, he's evil. He's trying to take away the meds, and it's like, damn, he
Yeah.
got us hooked on drugs. That's what it sounds like. That's like somebody taking away drugs. You stole my drugs. Oh, they ain't serving no
Yeah.
more. You gonna serve me
Well,
today, so I don't know, but I get it. Some people really believe that they need these medicines to stay healthy, to actually beat whatever illness it is, but it seems like it never actually fits the
and
problem.
you'll never be, you'll
Yeah,
never
you're
be.
always
Yeah.
taking it. Thanks, Riri. That guy girl Riri, she says
Oh
public
yeah, it's
fan.
public. Okay, that's what's
We
up.
get
Good morning, Ree.
when you at 70%, 60, where we at, man? We got at least start putting a percentage on it.
A number, let it like a poll at church to let them know how much money we raised. You gotta know like where you at with your help.
And
But
Wu said he gonna help you get well.
yeah. He gonna yell at your ass till you feel better.
hmm
Feel better. but but yeah, get Destiny and them a little bit of time come in. Um,
Yeah,
I would say though, I would say though, somebody that I talked about this before. It might have been on a wellness day, but I know you was talking about mental health. As somebody who thought it was an adult like decision to seek out medication when I was going through something when I first moved here. I never
yeah.
dealt. What's up, Mr. Aquarius? Good morning.
What's up, sir?
Um, never dealt with depression, never dealt with any of that stuff before. So that traumatic, yesterday we was talking about like what like experiences or things can trigger mental health. I think we was talking about that after the show. But
Yeah,
yeah, I went through something like very dramatic and my mind was in a place I was never in before. So when we was talking about that stuff yesterday, speaking from somebody that almost lost their mind and didn't get it back almost barely, you know. Um, luckily, I'm not somebody who's on medication. I don't take medicine for anything. Um, I really realized that the problem I'm facing, what I'm feeling like, you can't take no pill to not feel that way. You have to like face that situation and get past it, and and then you'll feel, realize that it was you that had to alleviate that shit. You can't mask anything with, So in terms of depression, I know some people can't help things like I know people with schizophrenia, other things that you can't, but it has to be another way because I said all that to say that the experimenting part, because mind you, they have to figure out what medication works for you. So they can be trying different medications on you for months. So that's somebody that's actually tried the process, and you know, it'll take your mind through you'll literally be losing not have your like mind completely while they're experimenting on you and trying out a medication to see what's up, mommy. You on them one of them regular days, man. You ain't on that freaky shit, so you fine with sitting in here. But we was talking about we had a few people, mommy, that was mentioning like mental health and some other stuff, and we know about that. But what I was telling Molly about and telling people about was the experimentation that they do on you when you take medication. And I was speaking from somebody that went through that. Um, and you and I know people that are dependent on it and they cannot let it go. But that stuff like fries your brain. Nothing you can take in a pill bottle is really supposed to like reshape how your brain works. But the experimenting part is terrible. When they try to find something for you or find what works or whatever, if you somebody that can do yeah, I can. You gotta keep your mic muted because your microphone ain't don't be hitting. But I'll send you the link in a
I
second.
tried just
Um
before when she get in here.
okay. It's her speakerphone that be picking up her phone sound so it
Oh, okay.
echoes.
So it's gonna
That's what
echo. Yeah, she just
yeah,
muting. She,
so you just
if
gotta
she
mute
not
it.
talking. Yeah.
I don't know. You talk to the people and I send it to them. But
Yeah.
yeah, like
Some
as far as somebody that has taken medication before, has tried it out, thought it was the adult thing to do. If there is an alternative, I would say research everything that you can before you have to. So if you have to take medication, don't be ashamed about it. But at the end of the day, that's something that you do not want to play with. You do not want to go through because so I would love to hear Destiny come in here and talk about that type of stuff and talk about her experience with it. I'm gonna send my mama the link real quick.
go ahead. Now I gotta hear about it. I don't even take medication. Like I don't like it. Like if something go bad though, and I have to end up hospitalized, and they tell me there's something I have to take, yeah, then I might take it if I don't have no alternative. But other than that, if I got a headache, most times I just deal with it, or I got certain teas that smoothing it for me. But I try to stay away from it. A lot of people scared of it. I wish I could find. I think it was called trimethophan. They had a trial back in like in the '60s. They made up this drug over like in Spain somewhere, and they were trying to get it to America. And there was a white lady who was the head of the FDA at the time. She was fighting against it because she said, y'all ain't doing enough trials on it. Let us see how, the women react to it. Then so over there, they was running trials with the women, the pregnant women. It seemed like it was working. Basically, it helped women from morning sickness and pain from their pregnancy. So every time they wake up, they ain't got to deal with it. So these
Yeah,
women to take this medicine so they ain't got to worry about that pain. And it was working. A lot of women got good results. They were saying, I ain't feel no pain, no nothing. The pregnancy was smooth, but the babies was coming out with baby arms and some on with no legs, one leg, 6 fingers. So it took them about 15 years to actually come up with a
god
fund
damn,
to pay the people who actually, was, caught up in
affected
that.
by that
But
shit.
yeah, affected, but it never made it to America. And they gave the lady a war who turned it down. That was ahead of FDA because she could have actually accepted, but she told them, nah, we're gonna wait and see how this stuff turn out. But I think all this medicine is just experimenting on people, and if it worked, then that's the thing they gonna push. Like even
Hell
Viagra, that was
yeah,
made for your heart. Bags was made for heart problems, and it started to get dudes up. So they like, you know what, we can sell it as,
we gonna use
sex
this.
pill. Yeah. Hey moms, how you doing today?
What's up, mommy? I don't know if you right around the phone or not.
Yeah, you get her time. Slicky said broke her phone, is it? I don't take it. Meds, that is. You don't take no meds, Woo?
Oh, she said she got her headphones. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Um,
man.
think she was grabbing her headphones, but yeah, I don't. Shit, I don't. I don't. I try not to take no Tylenol, Excedrin, or nothing. Honestly, like I'm trying to get as far away from all this chemical shit. Even down to I still use like table sugar, regular, white sugar and shit like that. But I'm trying to get away from all that stuff because ain't none of it doing nothing for you.
Get away. What y'all out on there, man? I see Slicky said he don't take meds. I ain't see LA popping yet. My
Yeah,
girl
I'm looking for
Shaquana
yeah.
Kwan. What up,
I
Quana
see
Kwan?
Aquarius here though. Aquarius jumped in this giant. Shaquan
Yeah.
jumped in here.
She in here with us.
All right. My bad. I'm looking at the comments and shit. I said I don't see her
Kwani
comment.
Kwan.
What's up, Shaquan? What's up?
Y'all out there taking that blue pill,
Oh no,
Slicker. You
you
think you
muted.
slick?
Make sure you unmute it because you muted. Yeah.
Yeah, her mic muted.
Yeah.
She got her background going and all that. She
Why
fancy
do I
now.
still hear the music? Is we
I don't
intro
know. Every
still?
time somebody
I
pop
see.
in, it
Yeah, I
does
said that
that.
yesterday.
Yeah, see, I can't
Oh,
hear it.
it's
I'm
still
happy you said
introing.
that.
Uh,
Yeah, good luck, good luck. Cause I couldn't hear it. We couldn't hear it.
but when I
And
popped in yesterday, I was telling you that. I said, "What?" I said, "Why the music still
that
rolling?"
scream, y'all. It's like it activates the song, Mama.
What's somebody
Like,
come in?
but people in the comments don't never say like, "Hey, the music's still playing." So I don't even think they can hear it. I think
Nope.
that's some type of glitch.
Yeah.
That yeah. Mom said she'd be back, Trey.
Oh, all right.
Sliggy
Ain't
said
no
he
problem.
still got pills from his scrote. You supposed to sold them? Oh,
Yeah.
just sell them, Slim. Sell them back.
To the streets.
There go LA. LA, what type of pills you want? You taking them blue pills?
That's not how the fuck you introduce that shit.
What up, LA? Who on the
Good
blue
morning.
pill out here? There she go.
What's up? One
Rising
wise man
queen.
had always
Rising.
said. You know, talking
How
about I
y'all
seen that
doing? What's
post
up?
yesterday.
What
Yeah.
up, Kwani Kwan? We here talking about medication, man. They taking these antidepressant drugs or RFK trying to take them off the shelves from a lot of the youth and probably people in general. He's saying he probably got a safer route, or he do have a safer route. But people, they mad. They want their pills. They want their drugs. They ain't trying to hear what he talking about. Mom said send link. Hold on,
It's
what's
in
going
it's in
on?
your
It might be a.
messenger. I mean, in the same link you used to get it. It's in the text
Yeah,
Same
messages.
link.
yeah, you can hit
Yeah,
that
it's the
same one
same
again.
link.
Yeah, it ain't no refresh little new link or nothing. Write in your text messages.
Yeah. So when you pop
Uh-huh.
in, I pull you right back in. What you think about medication, though, Shaquan? You over there got a cabinet full. We all grew up with moms had a cabinet full of meds for any and everything.
Yeah.
I feel like medications don't heal; they just suppress. And I think that anything that's needed for healing comes from nature. That's just my opinion.
So you might be rocking with RFK on that decision. He's saying these drugs is causing people to have all type of cancer and stuff later on in life, and it's proven his results. So he's saying let's try a safer route, and no kid 10 to 11 years old should be taking these drugs. But they saying these kids do got issues and they need it. I was just like, God, that's tough because I know parents probably don't want to have to deal with that. If they kid hyper or whatever it might be, they want to give them drugs to calm down and they ain't got to deal with it. But it's going to affect them later on. So it's like it's hurting the kids. So we got to protect the kid. Like they said, like these kids got decisions now too. You can't make decisions for them on it. But when it comes to medication, they do.
I feel like the pharmaceutical, like big pharma, it's all about money. So are they really trying to help us? If big
Yeah.
pharma is about investments and making money, then they're going to give you something to minimize the pain. They're going to give you something to hush something up. They're not going to give you something to heal a situation. Because if
Yeah.
they heal it, then they won't make no money.
I try
Mm.
not to take I try not to take pills or drugs due to overdoses in my family. Take blood pressure medicine. That's it.
Mm.
But what? See, I
There
would
go
even
mama.
want you eventually to Oh, okay. What's up, mommy? I would eventually
Hey.
want you to like not even how we had a green book. I know Dr. CB, they had some other books like that, but the green book, I wanna like I would want him to even get into what would take him away from having to take heart medication. Cause I mean, I don't know if you older, that just be it. Like for people like my grandmother age or whatever, like 70 plus or whatever. But if you can not take that heart medicine and it can turn to something else and you can transition or wean yourself off of it into something else, I would much rather you do that if you can. That
Yeah.
CMOS, fucking talking about.
Okay, Alan. Alan
What's
know
up,
about the
Alan?
sea moss. Welcome to the panel, Adam. Make sure y'all hit that like that share button. Mom, welcome to the show. How you feel about medication?
Oh my God. I don't know if I'm echoing. Let me know because I got the headphones, Trayvon.
You
Um,
sound better.
medication in terms of what would be my question?
Well, we talking about mental health, so
Yeah, mental
anything
health.
antidepressant. And I told I already said on our other side, on that platform, we been said a lot
Ye-
about it. But
yes,
whatever you take,
Lord.
yeah,
Yes, Lord. Um, and I can be transparent and say that in the beginning of my mental health journey, that time, Trayvon,
yeah,
um, in order, I was on so much medication for my mental health that I remember falling asleep on a friend and just leaning over and I was asleep. I was just
That's
asleep just
tough.
like that because I was taking so much medication. One medication was for this, one medication was for that, one was to be sleep. I was probably on a total of 5 or 6 medications at the beginning um,
yeah.
of that journey. And it really was too much. It was to a point where I didn't have a good level of functioning.
Mm.
So the problem really to me was a little was a lot worse in another aspect because I was now a zombie from all
Mm.
of the medication. So where's the even balance? And I realize in mental health too, there are some people they have to take um, a certain medication or else. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we here.
We're
Okay.
just listening.
They have to take a certain medication or else. And I can be really um Trayvon, keep it clean. If they don't take this medication, they might be in the middle of the street with no clothes on. That is the level
Dead
of
ass.
of their uh what you call it of their psychosis. They
Mm.
have to take it. They have to take it. There's no other way around. Now, what will be good is to be limited on what you are taking. And again, I reiterate, somebody can be taking 8 pills every day.
Hmm.
Now do 8 pills every day times 7. That's a lot of medication,
Yeah.
50
you know.
cents.
But when you're sitting up there, I used to go to a wellness center for people that for mental health. It kind of got you out of the house. It kind of gave you classes so you can kind of learn things. And there were people like this, and I lied to you not. Just no, I'm serious. You just no. I'm telling you, no. I am being straight up. They're just. Whew. Could you imagine taking gobs of NyQuil? If you ever take a NyQuil, you're like, ooh.
Yeah,
Try taking a bottle of NyQuil. You
yeah.
won't. Don't do that. But if you
In
took a
pill
bottle of
form.
NyQuil, how you would feel?
Yeah.
Would you be able to
Yeah.
drive? Would you be able to walk straight? Would you be able to? I can go on and on about this. Would you be able to function? You know, it reminds me of the funniest thing is when you watch TV, you say, "Oh yeah, take the green pill. The side effects are vomiting, toe pain, knee pain, back pain, kidney
Yeah.
failure, heart
Uh-huh.
disease,"
Edge.
and you think it
Yeah,
would darn. I
type
just want
shit.
my knee to stop aching.
you know.
That's all I want. I don't want to die,
Yeah, you know.
because I'm taking this. But you get the gist. I'm being kind of be funny, but you get the gist of what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I mentioned I heard you say something, Trayvon, about natural remedies.
Yeah.
yeah,
We always should have natural remedies. We've always had natural remedies for certain things, but the fine line to me is a lot of times we did pass away from things that you take a penicillin shot and you're pretty much good.
yeah,
So you see what I'm saying? So the
yeah,
advancements in medicine is great. But I just want to say that you also got to think about doctors putting you on all these medications too, not only for your mental health, but just overall, right?
yeah. Hmm.
It's about a money thing.
Yeah.
The sicker you are, they don't get paid unless you're sick. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they're not going to tell you that you can go and get this root or do this remedy that our grandmothers have shown. Our grandmothers have done because they was
Yeah.
limited, especially uh, for black people. You didn't have access. You didn't have the doctor for you. You didn't go to the doctor willy nilly. So you had to do whatever you could do at home.
Yeah.
And a lot of that stuff is a lot better than the stuff that you can get over the counter,
Yeah,
right?
for real.
But what I'm saying is that there's profit in you being sick for them.
Yep. Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
profit.
It's big
Yeah,
pharma.
yeah.
It's
It's profit. It's profit. If you have insurance, look at and you go and you get a prescription. Look at your that little slip that goes on top of the baggie that they put it in for your medication,
Mhm.
and see how much that medicine costs. See how much that medicine costs. They're making money off of this.
Mhm.
First, this is a business. Medications and the doctors and stuff. It's a business. It's about the money first.
Billions.
So if you learn to heal yourself, throughout the course of your life, you know what to eat. You know how to treat yourself within reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I think you're better off. They don't be bleeding out the eyes and you don't go to the emergency room now.
Like niggas do. Like niggas do.
Don't do that.
Time behind.
Y'all get what I'm saying, though, right? Don't do
Yeah.
that. Head to the emergency room. But there are so many things that are in our kitchens and in our gardens that, for some of us, to the point that we put together. We come from. I always tell Trayvon, we come from a brilliant people, especially us.
Mhm.
Half of the inventions that we all utilize, and inventions and things and science and math and all of that were done
Mhm.
by people of color. And I can't speak for nobody else, but from people of color, you'll be so amazed. The security system was by a black woman.
Yeah.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
and you'll be really shocked. We know how to do this stuff. We just have to pull it back out.
I feel that.
You know what I mean? We had to pull it back out. Grandma treated herself to a certain point. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to get off the soapbox now. I can go on and on about this, y'all, because I just
I
believe
like
it
to
to
hear.
be true. I believe it to be true. Um, it's just, we've gotten away from so much. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
We've gotten away from so much. We gotten away from what we already knew. We gotten away from what our ancestors have taught us. We brought a lot of things over to, you know, this land that we brought from our own homelands of how to take care of ourselves. I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. So the balance is what you need to find. And I think a lot of that, as far as not having to take a lot of medication or not, for heart things and mental illness sometimes and diabetes, I do think that that's something that we can kind of fix.
Yeah.
That's all. That's
Yeah.
all. I was looking at mental issues can also be exercising. All right. Yeah. Hmm.
Mental issues can also be combated by other outlets like exercise and art, music, environments. But folks have some very serious mental issues, and those drugs help them to get through the day.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
but
saying.
I would say though that on the mental health tip though that
Mm-hmm.
trying it because you know what I talked to you about like I want maybe I should seek out a therapist or so I didn't even know the difference between the words to be honest and before I
Mm-hmm.
started looking into it maybe I should get a psychiatrist maybe I should get a doctor maybe this is what I should do and that actually pulled me deeper into a rabbit hole for
Mm-hmm.
myself.
Mm-hmm.
It pulled me deeper into the darkness. You know, I already had hard time seeing the light. I wasn't even for the first year moving to Maryland. Didn't even leave the house. Because it wasn't shit in the
Uh-huh.
house that or shit outside the house that I needed that made me leave or made a reason for me to leave. I just
Yeah.
eventually forced myself to do so because everybody get tired of being tired. Because now I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I want to stop breathing the same fucking air I was breathing before. Let
Yeah.
me try to, get outside. So when Kim asked me like, why are you outside all the time? Because I spent a
Hmm.
whole year inside. I didn't even want to leave my house. So all I can do in my downtime is want to be outside. But the medication on my end, Alan, it actually pulled me deeper into the dark.
Yep.
That part. See, my
Well,
mom said something about natural remedies. I listen to my mom, so you know.
yeah.
So-
But I can say, Trevon, um, therapy is good. Depends on the therapist that you have, and if you have, their methods and their techniques. I really do. You know what I mean? Now, therapy, I have done that. You know, therapy, finding the right person is so key. You know, is that person? Because there's some things that we don't want to tackle. There's some things that we don't even realize there's a problem
about
until
to
somebody
believe.
say, "Wait a minute, hold on,
Hmm.
rethink that."
Hmm.
So to me personally, it has to be a match. It really does have to be a match. Does that make sense, Trevor?
Yeah, it
You
does.
know, it has to be a match because, again, like we said, some and the person that uh, had wrote the message, some people need a pill every
Josh,
day.
Josh, shut that
Uh-huh.
shit up. He know what the fuck he talking about. Shut that and you know this Kenneth ass ain't in here either, so he ain't gotta worry about it
Hey,
either.
y'all,
Well,
hey,
you
Kenny,
think
man,
you're
Don't
we
telling
try
me?
to
miss
act like
Kenny.
I'm different because my mom on this joint.
Look, look,
I
look,
ain't gonna
look,
say half the shit I say,
let
but
me tell you this right now. Trayvon is a grown man, okay?
yeah,
But
yeah,
I know Trayvon for 31 years.
yeah,
Oh,
And
30 years in.
our relationship, our relationship is we talk about it, we real about it.
yeah. No, that
You
part though
know,
too. I can't talk to my mom.
we real about
Whole
it.
time
You
he is
know,
in this joint. I ain't know Kenneth was in here the whole time. I ain't even see no
Yeah.
we
comment.
real about it. Now I don't come about on Fridays a little freaky for me.
Oh yeah, we
You
ain't
know,
doing that
a
Freaky
little
Yeah.
too
Friday shit. We not
a
into
little
all that
too
type of
freaky. I
shit though.
can't.
We
You know
not
what I'm saying?
discussing all that type
There's
shit.
some limits. I am his mother, so I don't want to
Yeah, at
hear.
the
He
end of
don't
the
want to hear
day.
nothing about me. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay. We got our limits. But I was saying that, therapy is individual. I think a lot of people need to line up to the therapist, but getting the right therapist. And if there's something in particular that you do need to tackle, like somebody, like say if they were sexually assaulted, they need to find that therapist that is tailored for them and specifically, deals with those type of issues. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it got to be a fit. It got to be a right fit. Now it's gonna pull you down a rabbit hole. Now I've been pulled down the rabbit hole a lot. There's a lot of stuff I didn't want to hear. I didn't want to admit.
Hmm.
I didn't. That was very difficult to say to look at yourself in that way. But it's a good guide. Now, if your therapy needs to be where you need medication, you do need a therapist because they can hook you up with a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist being a doctor, they can prescribe medications with you. But guess what? Let me about at the what you call it the mental health and medication. Again, you got to work with them. If you are sick, look, if that thing stuff is making you sick, or you sitting there like a zombie, or it's not working with you, you got to tell them no. I'm not taking it.
Yeah.
Let's do something else,
Yeah. That shit
even
was
for a
Mhm.
little
terrible.
while.
That shit was
It's
terrible.
awful. It's
Yeah.
awful. But you got to do those things too that, like another person had listed. Find your other outlets, find your other healthy outlets that you can do every day. Is it music? You know, Sometimes you got to cut off. And I'm running my mouth and I apologize, y'all.
Oh, we
Sometimes you
love it.
got to cut off the people around you sometimes that are messing with your mental health.
Preach.
Have
Toxic.
y'all heard? I got a
Yeah,
question for y'all. Number one, what's up, David? Number
yeah.
one, because
But
I ain't
anyway,
say
Man,
what's up. Now, my bad. I forgot.
it's okay. It's okay. I
funny man, made it
you
up.
gotta
Alan
cut me
has.
off, Javon.
Oh no, huh? You said what?
It's just, sometimes you gotta cut me off.
Oh no. You all right? I like keeping up with these comments because that's how you keep people. You know how what we be talking about on
Absolutely.
our
Yeah.
yeah.
side.
Oh yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
so I don't want to miss them because we be getting a lot sometimes. So
Yeah.
I be trying to keep up with them joints. Where we at? From the top. I'm just getting my. I'm gonna start with
What you
Reese
want?
real quick. I'm just
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
casually go
ahead.
yeah.
through them. I'm
Yeah.
just getting up. I had a rough night. Up a night of coffee and all that. That's why I'm late getting up. But I'm up. LOL. What's a what's a drink? This tea. My water in the sea moss. I'll be okay. You know, Reese
Mhm.
be reading that shit to her phone and be having it
Yeah,
type her.
she talking to her phone. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so you know I was going crazy. Let's see. Um, Alan said when he came in initially, he said bless up. Um, Slicky said pills is for the weak. Um. Some people
Yeah.
have shit that if they don't take that shit, then they gonna fly off
Mhm.
the rails. And I would like to
Uh-huh.
see you deal with that shit when the motherfuckers don't take their
Yeah.
shit. So,
Some people do.
uh,
Look, be
Josh,
a 7-Eleven naked trying to get a Slurpee.
butt ass naked trying to order something. Yeah.
Mhm.
Josh said, take blood pressure. Oh yeah, he said that take blood pressure medicine, but that's it. Here's a lot of overdoses in his family, so he's not trying to
Yeah.
go in that direction. Alice said they build your immune system to rely on meds to make money.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, because your
Yeah.
brain will be dependent on that shit. And CMOS
hmm
is the way to go. And the next time I make me a grip, that's what I'm headed to go get is my CMOS.
Yeah. I'm
All
going
this
Okay.
to.
bull is about money. Yeah,
Yeah.
yep. Like
The
Shaquan was saying,
business.
big pharma for real. Yeah, most
Yeah.
folks rely on the meds, but don't understand that it's about your diet and what you eat.
Mhm.
Not
Your gut health matters. Yeah. Go ahead,
Yes.
Yeah.
Shaquan.
not only
Quan,
that, but
Quan.
genetics play a major part in mental disabilities because
Yes.
a lot of people don't understand that, and it comes from your parents. And it's sad to say, but something's going on, most likely you got it from your mama or your papa. And
Mhm.
not only do genetics play a factor in that, but biology also plays an aspect in mental disabilities. Like schizophrenia is a mental disability that actually physically affects the brain. So
Mhm.
there are other factors as opposed to just environmental factors and social factors that um, bring disparities in mental illness concerning the American people.
Yeah,
Mhm. I
damn
agree.
straight.
You know,
Damn
and
straight.
think too, Mr. Kwan, when you say that too, a big problem I know I have personally faced is sitting down with doctors and having to give that family history. And since we don't talk about it, you don't know fully what your history is.
Mm,
And if you want to include, if somebody didn't have their father, you know, they only have one side, they only have their mothers. They don't mothers and not have their fathers. They don't have their whole full history. So it's to me, it's those two things as well. You can't give information about your family history if you don't know it. You don't know what it is. You know, so that's a
Yeah.
setback too in trying to diagnose your individual. You know what I
mm,
mean? Um, I remember having to think about, well, we had a cousin, but we didn't talk about him.
mm.
You know, but that could have been a key right there. So it could have been 5 people that could possibly be dealing with what I had to deal with. You see what I'm
Mm.
saying? I don't know. I wouldn't have known that. So that's a big problem too. So, like you said, being genetic too, and not knowing what the history is, if that
Mm.
makes sense.
Yes, it does. It
Hmm.
does. And that's
It does.
where the confusion comes in at with a lot of medical providers, and not just
Hmm.
them, but patients also. You can't tell what you don't know. And people
Yes.
don't understand that. And
hmm
that's what and the bad thing about mental health is you can't take a blood test and just say,
Mm.
oh, this person has psychosis. Oh, this person is
Hmm.
bipolar. You can't just take a blood test. You have to know your family history, or you're basically a guinea pig and you're going to be put on a whole bunch of different medicine because you know why? The doctors don't know what cocktails are going to work for this individual in that situation. And
Yes,
it's
Man,
sad, but
Josh.
it's the
I
truth.
agree. I agree. I'm speaking from experience as well. I have the T-shirt, keychain, and bumper sticker on that, so I
Mhm.
know exactly what you are talking about. And it's hard. It's very hard. There's something, I don't know if you're familiar with the DSM. The
Yes, I am.
DSM.
Yes, I
Hmm.
am. It's the American Psychological Association. I'm
Yeah,
actually my senior
Mhm.
year.
yeah. So
Oh,
whoever
that's what you.
don't
Okay.
know, the DSM kind of is the Bible for mental health.
Yes, it is.
And when you so mental health professionals go through this and look for symptoms pretty much. And again, like
Oh,
Shaquan said, it's not something that you take a blood test and you find out you have diabetes.
Mhm.
It's kind of like if you're feeling this, it reminds me of WebMD. If you feel it, if it's this way, go this direction. If it's
yeah.
in this direction. So a lot of times you can get misdiagnosed because some of what you're conveying of the what do you say of the symptoms that you're feeling
Mhm.
may closely match up with another diagnosis.
Mhm.
So you could be misdiagnosed, and and that's not you
Yeah.
because of one little component of it. They said, "All right, now you're bipolar, and we're going to put you on this medication." You know,
The thing
and
about
that's not the case. Yeah,
I'm sorry, Miss Shannon. The thing about
that's okay.
bipolarism, and like I said with schizophrenia, these are mental disabilities that are categorized as mental disabilities, but they actually have physical signs.
Yes.
So they physically bother the human body. So they
Hmm.
should know what's going on with a bipolar, or just like anxiety, for example. Anxiety, when a person has an anxiety attack, they're they're pulling the Dolce
Yeah.
because
Hmm.
this anxiety is physically bothering their personal body. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
there are signs and symptoms, and you're right about the DSM, but I feel like really honestly, they need to start utilizing therapy more because some people just need to talk. And if not, then CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, and
Hmm.
as a last resort, then the medication. I don't
Yeah.
think that medication should be a go to thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
To see what's going on, because you said when someone has a panic attack in there
Mhm,
because of anxiety, you
Mhm.
know,
mhm,
I've had that. You know, the I feel like I couldn't breathe. Those symptoms are you can't breathe. Your chest may hurt initially until you to figure out what's going on. That can look like a heart attack.
yes,
You
Yeah.
know,
absolutely.
you feel like you're having a heart attack, and that's not the case. But you were saying, medication should be the last resort. I kind of have to agree to disagree a little bit. I just think that for certain things, you do need to be leveled out, not with 10, 15 pills. You need to be leveled out so you can be able to clear that brain a little better to receive the therapy. Because
Yeah.
if you're not, I mean, just my opinion, and that's no disrespect or anything, just my opinion,
But
that
this is internet.
to clear it out just a little
Yeah.
bit. You know what I'm saying? So you're not shaking or whatever
Yeah.
it is. So you can stop that because you got to be able to take the therapy in. And if you're not thinking clearly, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think you get full benefit from it. Not always.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's
Uh,
true, in a sense. But for children, I mean, for children, because we're focusing on mental health for children, correct? Or
Not
are we,
not
Yeah.
solely,
no,
like
not
all
solely.
around, all around
Yeah.
medication, all
Hmm.
around.
oh,
Hmm.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in general, really, yeah. I would
Yes.
really not want kids to be on it though.
No.
And I'll never mention names, but me and my mom know people personally that you were practically raised on it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And you have to, and I don't know. I've never been around to see what happens if you don't take it. If you miss
Hmm.
dosages, I don't know. I haven't seen nothing like that since years ago. But I know some people that you have. It look like a calendar book, not the pill thing for the week. You have
Mhm.
a thing for the month that's already
Yeah.
like
The big flat one.
pre-planned.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I don't know. I don't want to see what some people are like when they don't take stuff they've been taking.
See, I have
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have an autistic child, and my son is 23 now. And when my son was younger, they would always tell me he has autism, he needs to be on meds. I decided natural remedies. I said I'm not going to put my son on medication, and I'm not going to treat him like he's autistic. I'm not doing that. I'm going to treat him
Yeah.
like a regular child. And you're not going to put him in this special class with these special kids that are banging their head, because then he's going to learn these negative behaviors, and I'm going to have to deal with this at home. So I denied everything they told me to do. And guess what? My autistic son tested out of special ed in high school and graduated with his high school diploma in 2019. So it's the way
That's big.
Congratulations.
But what are some of the things that you tried? What are some of the alternatives, and what would you suggest? Because it's easier when you caught up in life bills, trying to get your ass to work, trying to fix that car, trying to pay your rent. You all that shit falls to the wayside. Like, it's easy to say when we like found a way or found a formula or found something that works, or you no longer have to deal with some of the things you had to bear before. It's easier to say it on the other side, but what would you suggest as a parent that has a kid that has autism, and instead of taking the advice that was given from doctors and teachers and the school system or whatever, you went your own route, which I would imagine being scary, because you still got to
Yeah.
juggle your own problems, your own bills, and stuff that you got to sort out. It's so easy for parents to accept and take that because they can't fathom dealing with what comes with going holistically as opposed to taking medication. So,
Mhm.
you ain't trying to, deal with certain things. You trying to get your rest, and all you got is that 7 hours to get up and get the kids together and take.
Uh,
So what would you suggest? What do you suggest, Shaquan?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I would suggest patience. I wouldn't suggest that any parent do things the way I did things, because I was younger and I didn't know any better. And I'm a third generation Trinidadian, so we believe in pass the Buddha upon the left hand side. So whenever I was
Yeah.
stressed out, I would take marijuana. It's my heritage. It's who I am. I wouldn't. Don't nobody else do it like me, because
Yeah.
there's a technique called broken record technique. So I needed to have the patience to do that broken record technique. So if you tell him, let's say he's flicking the light switch, because my son used to always flick the light switches when he didn't get what he wanted. So he would flick them for hours, though. No, not just one or two flicks. No, that light is going on and off for about 2 hours straight until you give him what he wants. So when I say broken record technique, I would just keep saying, yo, Jay, you need to stop doing that. Jay, you need to stop doing that. And eventually we started to find a level where we became in tune, where I didn't have to so much use a broken record technique, because I started to understand his signs. Like when he started pacing, I knew that he needed to talk, and I would pull him to the side and say, hey, Jay, what's going on? Or, when he just starts staring at stuff, I know that I need to pull his focus back into this element of reality. So I would do things to pull his focus back. We would play games, especially with learning how to talk, because my son didn't learn how to talk till he was 5. And I didn't know what to do, because when you're dealing with a nonverbal autistic child, you don't know what to do. So I taught my son from a young age how to point at everything. So for the first 5 years of his life, we spoke primarily through pointing and hands, because he would tell me like poo, sign language, poo, thirsty. That's how we communicated for the first 5 years. But you have to have patience from the heavens above, honey. You have to have patience.
Wow.
But I realized broken technique. I did.
Mr. Quan, I love you. I really do. I love you. And I tell you why. I'm going to tell you why, because you're a hands-on parent, And I remember knowing somebody that had an autistic son, and her attitude was, and please excuse me, I hate even saying this, that he was so stupid. That was her attitude. I said, did you work with him? Did you figure out his limitations? Did you figure out, did you do anything? You know what I mean? And I remember telling her that this boy, he was supposed to be so, this or that. He caught 3 buses and got home. And I said, let me tell you something. I think you're limiting him, because the buses and the way he had to catch them to get to the house. He knows a lot more than what you're giving him credit for, and what the school is telling him that he is. I said, don't pigeonhole him and put limitations on him. I'm sorry, somebody that's the way that you say they are, like I said, or the school's saying that they are, which I don't believe any of that crap. Don't catch 3 buses. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
By themselves on a difficult route. I said, what did you do? And I'm a hands-on parent too. You know, Trevon knows that. I'm a hands-on parent. I think that you should do, people should fight for their children and do all that they can for their children and understand what's going on and not listen to the naysayers. You know what I'm saying? About your child, not their child, your child. And that bothered me so bad with this lady. I believe that we stopped being friends because of me witnessing how she was limiting him. I just couldn't do it.
Let me see.
So hats off to you, Mama.
Thank you. A lot of people underestimate autistic children. They're very intelligent. Very intelligent.
Oh, absolutely.
But medication, if an adult needs it, but for me, in my case, for my child, I denied it until this day. I still deny it. When my son goes to something at his own place now, he calls me, he says, Mom, I'm having these thoughts, and we'll sit down and we'll go over those thoughts together. So
yes.
Did you fear that he would and I have 2 questions, and I don't want my questions to be they're not disrespectful, but they are a little ignorant because I don't know too much about autism. Every child doesn't start off like nonverbal, right? Every incident is different. Like autism isn't necessarily tied to being nonverbal, is it?
All the ones I know nonverbal.
Okay, because
Early
Alan
on,
had said
early
something
on.
in the comments, and you had said something about your child being nonverbal. So it made me. And when Molly said what'd you say? Your nephew just talk when he want to.
Yeah.
So that's why it started to make me wonder if it's tied to being nonverbal. Like, does it start off that way, or and it's something that you work out of, or what, Mr. Quan?
In my situation, it started out nonverbal, but I was determined. I said, listen, I'm not gonna live forever. And who's gonna take care of my baby? I need to make him as independent as possible so he can take care of himself. And I didn't want him judged by society. So I did what I had to do to make it where my son can take care of himself.
That's right.
I'm gonna hit up on some of these comments real quick because I want to stay up with them. I don't want to get behind. I'm trying to read all this shit. Alan said it's very hard for me because I never knew my father or his family. I had to find stuff out as I grew older. That does suck sometimes when you just you got to learn it later. Speaking of mental health, I'm sorry, mental illness. Molly, we all know y'all won that damn Super Bowl. Yeah, I was geeking on that comment earlier when you said it. Oh, she know too much. Too much. Wild Shaquan. Woo wow. I don't know what he was. Responding to. Kenneth said. It has to be a balance between the two. Health and wellness. Oh, I'm sorry. Health and wellness. You can have a good diet, however, mental health can be a problem. Medicine is not bad if it is being used to improve their well-being. I'd rather have someone use medicine than see them suffering. Holistic medicine is good too. Yeah, anything closer to the natural approach, like Mr. Kwan was saying, I'm all for that.
Hey Trayvon, before you finish, I'm gonna go ahead and have to get off. I want to thank y'all so much for having me on here, allowing me to run my mouth
Appreciate you.
and give my
Appreciate you coming
opinion
on.
on some things. Nice to meet all of you. Y'all are wonderful. I like what y'all are definitely doing, having this discussion that we don't have, especially in the brown community. We don't talk about it, and these are things that we need to talk about. You don't come to a solution, you don't learn, you don't get better unless you have it out there. And that's where I'm coming from. But thanks again. I'll come back again, and y'all have a great day, okay?
You too. All right. Always
all right, Mama.
All right.
I'll hit you up when I get off of here.
Yes, sir.
All right. So Slicky said I had drunken shakes when I stopped drinking. I woke up after my stroke with the shakes, with the drunken shakes. Alan said, I just adopted my grandbaby who's autistic. That's why I was asking the question, Mr. Kwan, about autism, because I'm hearing certain stuff, people talking about being verbal and stuff. I just adopted my grandbaby who was autistic and she was nonverbal. Now she is talking her ass off, and we just treated her like a normal kid. Autism doesn't mean slow. Yeah, I hate when people
Exactly. Exactly.
over like or compensate or like do too much. I know you want like you have things, you have certain like fears and or worries or certain things that are in place that you wouldn't probably be thinking about as like thinking about, so it wouldn't be so impactful if it wasn't certain things your child had to deal with. So I do understand that, but uh I like parents that allow their children to explore as much as they can. They try to understand all the ins and outs of their kids for real. um yeah, agree. My nephew is a genius. He only taught when he want to. Yeah, that was the reason for asking the question about the nonverbal
Yeah.
part. How are you, Chief? I'm not sure who Kenny was talking to. He might have been talking to Alan. See, back in my day, we knew nothing of this stuff. Yeah. And well, in my family, it was called playing dumb. Yeah, that's what I hated too. That was toxic as shit. What's up, Phoenix? I ain't know you slid in the comments.
Blue
Phoenix
Phoenix.
has said, all autistic children don't start off nonverbal. If they do start nonverbal, they do always stay that way. They don't always stay that way. I have an autistic niece and nephew, and they are very intelligent. The world around the children limits their potential. Yeah, they're like they come out being the smartest ones. Um,
Yeah, they got superpowers.
yeah, I really feel like all of these things that we think is something is not what we think like it is. I've always felt that way. Um, I feel like there's a hidden ability, something about your brain being different has you having access to things that we might not have access to. And I don't say normal people, but people without autism, people without schizophrenia, people without, I feel like y'all would have certain access your brain still is tapped into in some kind of way because it exists for you. So I don't know. I
You know,
don't. Oh, go ahead.
you know what my son always says to me? He be like, everybody always say I got autism, I got autism. But I'm more normal than y'all. Y'all are the crazy ones. He thinks that it's the opposite. He feel like normal people are weird and autistic people are the ones that should be the normal people.
Yeah.
Because we got so many, when we not that somebody who has autism wouldn't have the same like moral compass and like coof about them, but they don't they're not gonna be limited the way we are. You know how we get in a certain, you get around like the office, you're gonna want to try to, oh hello, how are you, how you doing, and all that shit. And then we get around our homeboy, what's up, bro, what's good. You know how you kind of, so I feel like they don't feel the
They don't
need
know
to
how to
do
do
that.
that.
They don't need to
They don't
and that's a gift because you don't give a fuck.
they don't
And I
have a
want to
dial.
not give a fuck that way. I wish I could
Yeah.
not give a fuck that
They don't have
strongly.
a dial. The way
Like,
he is everywhere
yeah,
is the way he is, and he never switch
yeah,
up.
yeah,
And he thinks that
yeah,
is weird when he see people do that, or when he sees like his parents per se. We have, us people of melanated
yeah,
skin have a
yeah,
dial. You got a 1, 2, 3, and a 4. So when you in, depending on what place you is, depends on how your dial or your tone is. If you with your friends, it's at a 4. What's up? How you doing? If you're at work, hello. How are you today? What can I do? So my son sees that, and he's like, "Yeah, that's autistic."
yeah.
Yeah.
We all weird in a way, Phoenix said.
I
Yeah.
agree, Phoenix. My sister used to always say I had autism. She was like, my son act just like you. He eat like me. He do everything I do. He good with numbers like me. She's like, Mom just ain't know you had it. And we just treated you regular. I was like, man, I'm playing with you.
Yeah.
But now when I listen to it, I understand it. Being around my nephew, definitely like it's crazy the things he do, man. Like he can turn his head for 1 second. You can have like 20 blocks down there. I can move about three of them in a different order. He'll know which ones I move. I was like, how can you do that? And I tried every time. I can't do it. I try to hit play on this one. and get back stroke. But about time that one, he be having 5 devices. And he do it like it ain't nothing, you know. So it's just
Yeah,
like, man, they tapped in to something part of their brain that we can't even get to. So
yeah,
I think they got superpowers
yeah.
to they
I really do feel like that.
so
And I
they
feel like if we
true.
all
You know.
had full access, I feel like if we had, I don't believe in using only a small percentage of your brain and all of that shit, 12% or whatever it's supposed to be. I don't believe in that.
Mhm.
But at the same time, yeah, like I said, I do feel like they have certain abilities unlocked. That's why when people have schizophrenia and things like that, what's to say that you can't just simply see a realm that I can't see? You might
That
not know
part.
how to monitor it. You might not know how to, live with it. But I really feel like you see something. I really feel like someone is there.
Yeah, that,
Because just like you get a cold chill when you feel like something around you or somebody watching you or something. I feel like people can see and hear things that just other people just can't, and it's crazy to people, but it's a reality. So I love the science
I
and
mean,
understanding.
they say one of the gifts from our creator is the gift of seeing the unseen. So you might be right.
I really think
Man,
so.
that's
Hmm.
crazy.
Hmm.
And a lot of things I tend to think about is, problems and then solutions. Like it's no different. You see a tire shop, and if they're not getting business, what they do is they go nearby areas and start flattening people tires overnight. And people just wake up like, dang, I caught a flat, and now they know they can get business. So they create a problem. There's a lot of flat tires. Hey, we the solution over here, and that's what I see with a lot of these drugs. They
Yeah,
give us food, they giving people prenatal vitamins and stuff like that cause harm sometimes to the kid. And sometimes girls decide to still drink and smoke and do drugs while they pregnant, and that might cause an effect on the kid. But
yeah,
they creating the problem, and then they come back and say, well, God just created him like this, and this is the solutions. So
yeah,
it just be like, it be scary, because it ain't always just autism. Some kids born blind, deaf, and all types of things, and never get a chance to a fair life like the most of us. So I'm like, we got to be careful with that, because they always try to make it seem like it is a family trait, like it just came out of thin air. And I just like the creator don't make mistakes. It's perfection. If your
yeah,
computer messing up, it's something wrong with it. They didn't build it properly. Something ain't going right. It got a virus in it or something. But for kids to come out, newborns, and they already got issues, something wrong. It's something the parent was even taking in their diet or some type of drugs they was giving the parent, and they just ain't gonna be true about it because that's the problem they want. So now you got all these kids out here with all these mental illness issues at an early stage, and now they can give them medicine at an early stage. So now you went from taking meds from probably like your late teens and your early 20s for the rest of your life to damn near 5, 6 years old. So these kids be that's a client all day. That like anybody that's born in
Yeah.
the streets or came from the streets, that's like having a client, a customer all day, every day. That person gonna keep coming, and they got insurance to help them pay for it. So they be quick to tell parents that, oh, your kid might have a disability, and then these parents get a check for that kid, so they don't mind. They stick with it. Yeah, yeah, boy. You better act
hush
stupid.
money,
Even if he ain't even
hush
got a
money.
problem, you better start playing like something wrong with you. Because some kids start off a little slower. Then when they get them checks, they start to sharpen up. The mother like, hold up, you can read? Yeah, mom can do a lot of things. Nah, you need not to do it now. So now they trying to dumb them down because that
I
money
done
gonna
seen some
come.
motherfuckers fake it till they
Yeah,
got
to
that check.
protect
I ain't
them.
gonna lie.
And we done
Motherfuckers faked it
seen,
till that check hit and then they
yeah.
straighten up. Yeah, so
We ain't forget you, Woo. Make sure y'all tap into my brother, the best DJ on the East Coast, DJ
some of
Sleepy
these
Woo
days you
Boo.
gotta have a set time because I sometimes be up at 3 o'clock and I'll catch a stream out of nowhere. I see a tag at 2 o'clock in the morning, might be 12 at night or 11 o'clock at night and 3 midday. Some of them days you gotta like say a time to know people can be able to check in. Hold on, it was a comment before
About the
that, before
camera.
Alex. I have schizophrenia is a prophetic gift. Think about it. Prophets we see in a different. realm that folks don't understand. I didn't even know that you had schizophrenia. That's neither here nor there. I'm not judging or nothing, but I didn't even know that. One of my close friends that lives about 2 blocks away
No,
from here has schizophrenia.
schizophrenia. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna. I'm sorry, CJ Clark. I love you
You
to
said
death.
CJ. That's
I'm
KJ.
sorry. I love you, but that is not true. Schizophrenia has physical limitations. The electric neutrons in your brain do not connect. Your brain cells, they want to touch. They want to have fun with each other. They want to have fun with each other. And what's happening with schizophrenia is those electric neurons in your brains, they're not happening. So that one is like, it's like swimming, like, where's my friends? Where's my people? And that causes schizophrenia. I promise you, I absolutely promise you, it's because the neurons are not connecting. The medication that they put people on with schizophrenia, it makes the neurons connect, and that's what calms it down and everything like that. But even if you have a prophetic gift and it comes from the Creator, God is not a man that he should lie. So if he gave you a gift, whether you're on medication or not, you're going to still continue to see things that are unseen on a different kind of level. So we will not, we're not going to mistake a mental disability that with a prophetic gift. No, that's not.
That ain't bold. They got to say Jesus had a problem too. Was he a little hard? Moses had a condition. Hey,
Yeah, Moses was a stuttering murderer, but he was my boy.
The stuttering murder.
He was my boy.
Kenny,
He never played.
You're a prophet of our time, Kenny, man. I'm going to talk about you, bro. I'm going to write stories about you. Prophet Kenneth Clark.
Alan,
here to LA.
Alan has said, I see and talk to my dead loved ones often, and this has been since I was a kid. Growing up, I never went to funerals because I didn't want them to come talk to me. As I got older, I embraced it, and nowadays it's a regular occurrence.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's a gift.
yeah,
That's different.
yeah.
People get scared.
Maybe one of them days, my mom, and and I would talk about some things that we've seen and stuff like that. I don't take no kind of medicine, and that stuff stopped kind of around like age 24, I think, 24, 25. That kind of stopped, but the feelings are still there. Jesus had anger issues, flipping tables and shit. Anyway, it said that the neurons of the brain don't connect and misfire in depression and bipolar as well.
Yep.
That
Absolutely.
is crazy.
Absolutely. That's what I was saying earlier. A lot of these diseases that they're calling mental disabilities are physical ailments. It's physical things. I don't understand anything dealing with the brain. They call it mental or psycho. But at the end of the day, this is a physical thing. My neurons are not connecting, bro. This is physical. Why is this considered a mental disability? I ask my professors that all the time. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah. Because the brain functionality is, yeah. You're right, 100%. Yeah, you're right. I sent messages to my family from deceased loved ones.
Yeah, good.
You write things in a physical sense and kind of mentally mail it out. Do you just talk in general?
Nah.
Because I mean I
That's big.
You say that's dead.
Yeah,
You say you ain't. Oh, okay.
Unless some people do bonfires and stuff though. You can write things, or put it in a little tube and throw it in the water.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's lit though. If you is doing that, that'd be lit.
Yeah.
You need to normalize that.
It was no little lamb.
Little lamb.
I don't know, y'all. Everything really about the brain. Santa Claus, the claustrum. Man, it's a lot of stuff with the mental, the head, the heaven. So you got to protect the mind. I think once they got your mind, they got your body. You hear that a lot. They always say, just take the head. Take the head, you lose the body. So, I don't trust them. I don't trust these medications. I don't know what they putting out there, but if you on them and they working for you, hey, great, but try to find a natural solution. I think that's what always should be the goal. I don't care what it's for, if it's for kidney problems, high blood pressure, ways to go about it. They don't mean just get rid of the pill, just start doing them natural things. And when you feel like you're there, try to wing off the pill, because them pills part that where he needed the medication and it helps him and da da da. Okay, but what is that medication doing to the rest of the body? And now he gonna have to take other medication to help with the new issue. And then that medication create more problems. And that's why you start to see people with 20, 30 medications and they taking it daily because they helping one thing that messed up another thing that's helping it. And it's like it just is a continuous cycle. So I'm with the eat healthy, exercise, and try to educate yourself because you can't trust these doctors. They drug dealers.
Yeah. I definitely believe in your comments, Alan. A lot of time, I'm not always physically talking unless I feel like there's something. When it comes to the manifesting, I am talking to open air. Um, for whoever, whatever entity, whatever listens. Uh, I do speak into the open air, too, and I do spend a lot of time with silence. Have my phone off, or on do not disturb, or it might be in the house, and I'll just sit out here and think. And you'll have, when you sit and think with yourself and clear your mind, you do have certain things that come to you. And if you sit and really think, you have something that in your forefront, whether you wanted to go this way or that way, you have something that tells you it needs to go this way. So I do believe in your comments. Yeah, it's helped me bring a lot forward. I manifested a lot off of that. We are our brains and spinal column. So if anything is off in our brain, it's off all over us. That's why we can be in a coma and still be alive. As long as our brain functions, we are alive. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. People
Yeah.
think it's the heart and the brain. You think of
Mhm.
something, it can make you sad, make you happy, horny, whatever it is. Your brain can make you do
Yeah.
some things. Like even before you do certain things, you think about it. Like I'm thirsty. Okay, let me get up and drink. Your brain telling you. So I don't know, but
Yeah.
I think they create the problem just to become the solution, and we gotta be
Yeah.
careful with that. That's with everything.
Yeah.
Always comes in my dreams though when we talk. But I see no why.
But they don't talk to me. Lucid dreaming and astral projecting has been a practice of mine since I was probably about 14. So um that's having another that's acid okay, lucid dreaming and astral projection is like having another life. Because when you sleep, you are 100% in a whole different world that you feel, smell, that you touch. Uh, I do a lot of my shadow work with my lucid dreams. So if I'm interacting with some of my dream, I might want them to fix something in their physical life, and I'll be talking to them about it. And I just hope that the message gets to them because I believe in people like sharing a dream, possibly. But uh, I do talk to people in my dreams and tell them what I think they should be doing to fix themselves. So I do hope that that transfers over in some kind of way. But I do believe in that.
I believe that that's true because I believe that all humans are connected on a
Yeah.
different kind of level.
Hmm.
Remember back in the days when they were doing that TikTok thing and they were telling the tree to come talk to me, tree.
Hmm.
I tried that one time. Man, I ran so quick it scared me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary. What's some
Yeah.
scary things y'all seen or experienced? Like out Colorado, life different. Like I done met people that I thought meditation was just some simple things. Like, nah, they can help you tap in, astral project, and all types of shit. And when I was out there, man, I got with this lady. She was a masseuse. She used to do the massage for the players. And she was just telling me about it for months. She always telling me about it. So I started practicing meditating. I got good at it. So she just kept feeding me more information, things I should do, tones I should listen to. So I had a little playlist of certain things, certain tones and stuff. And one day I was just sitting there and I felt like any other day. I just got up, thought it was over. I went into the living room and I see her giving my brother a massage or whatnot. and I'm talking, they can't hear me. You know, like I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like they just ignore me. I'm like, damn, there's some Bama shit. Like y'all just gonna sit right here, like, and I ain't understand it. So I ain't want to go over there now. I was like, fuck. Now I was walking back in the room, and I still see me down there meditating. I was so scared in my
Wow.
life. Like that was the scariest I ever was in my life. It was like seeing a ghost times a million. I was scared just seeing myself, and I never looked up at me, but I'm looking down from out of me, and then eventually I just closed my eyes, and I was back in my body, and I
It's
got up.
unreal.
And
Thank
soon I
you.
walked out in the living room. She said, "You asked for Jack Daniel." I said, "How the hell you know?" She said, "I seen the door swing." See, I seen it swing a little bit. I said, she said, "What was we doing?" I said, I told her everything they was doing. It was like, she was like, "That's crazy. You finally got there." And I was so scared I never did that shit. I was like, I'd be scared to meditate sometimes. I was like, I
Yeah.
ain't about to go that deep because, yeah, I'm telling you, it was weird, man. I ain't like seeing me. Like, that's weird. Like, it was weird,
Yeah.
though. But with some shit y'all experienced, some weird shit.
I think somebody
Um,
astro project over to David Green's side and see what he want to say about this. If we
he
all
Who
let
that?
him
probably fucking
turn his
sleep.
mic
So
He
if they
on,
did
sleep, man.
astral
Funny
project, they
man.
probably shake his
turn
ass.
that microphone on.
They probably shake the
Funny
shit out
man.
of him if they
He
could astral project over there
funny man. We get
and
in the
wake him
house
up.
6 in the morning. He get in 6 in the morning trying to make the
Yeah,
show.
I feel for him though, cause he
He
do
work
work
overnight.
overnight. You know, so I
You
he
there
do
with us,
be.
funny man? Nah,
The full screen, just I'm
funny
immature, but
man.
the full
Who
screen
did
just made
that?
me laugh. I know I'm immature, but the full screen just made me.
OMG.
But we just said she did too. She freaked out. I don't know. That was a weird feeling. I never did it again. You know.
I will
But I
say,
know it's possible. I was like, yeah, the human body is capable of doing some shit out here, and there's people out here that have this information, and they don't just share with anybody. And it's regular people. It ain't like this lady was rich and bad. Like, nah,
yeah.
she just like some people find her weird. You know, I didn't. I was more in tune, and I wanted to learn. You know, and
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, nah, this
Oh,
shit
okay.
is
I see your
real.
Kenneth. I see your comment. Okay, I get it. I would say that though, when mixing, okay, when I said something about not leaving my house for a year, like when I moved to Maryland, whatever, I didn't leave the house for the first year. I was in here. You'd have thought my ass was on house arrest for real. I did not leave this motherfucker. But I would say the combination of meditation, astral projection, which is doing the same things you're doing when you lucid dreaming and all that, got so mixed up. Not only that, but trying to I stopped smoking weed, so that for a whole year cold turkey, and that alone brought back vivid dreams and made you start remembering your dreams. Weed is one of them things that knock off your ability to retain them dreams and stuff. So all of that mixed together, I feel like started to make me feel a little insane because I almost couldn't tell the difference between reality and dreaming. Because the lucid dreaming is so strong. I'm saying down and interacting, you can forget when you're trying to dream and you can't look at the clock and it's all fuzzy. I'm talking about you fixing yourself some breakfast. You might be having a conversation with somebody in your dream, and it started to mix together so much that I couldn't tell the difference. And um, I know with the driving, the way I would blank out and pop up at my destination. Like, I knew I drove safely. I knew I did everything, put on my turn signal, everything I'm supposed to do, but not remembering driving and being so in my mind that I'm doing everything I need to do. And I just it just clicks for me because my GPS said that I pulled up or that I arrived. And then I just wake up, kind of like wake up. I'm driving, but I kind of just wake up there. So
Mm, you
tapping it,
gone.
overindulging too much, I feel like can fuck you up with anything in life. But yes, that was the scariest time period in my lifetime, for real.
That's crazy.
Yeah, for real. So
Well, I
yeah,
think we live in a simulation, man. Something's glitching.
it wasn't right.
Shit is glitching,
Yeah,
boy. So medication
some
Yes,
need to
Josh.
leave
medical
your body
meditation.
and go.
Oh yeah, you can
Huh?
you can you are it will lucid dream and astral projection will show you that you are more than what you think you are as a human being on this planet.
Hell
It will
yeah.
show you that there's more to this world. Um,
Mm,
it's I can't explain it. And then having 100% control of your dreams,
yeah.
retain it. And that was actually the haunting part too with this medication. And I stopped weed, all these different things that's bringing about dreams and vivid dreams. It started to be a problem for me to want to go to sleep because of retaining the dream so well. And remembering every dream every night is
Mm-hmm.
terrible. You don't want to do that. Your brain does get rid. That's why when you wake up, you forget that shit. Your brain does want to like cycle some of that shit out. So holding all of that and remembering every detail, every dream I had for like a year straight, was insane.
Yeah.
But that was like a couple. So medication, other things was kind of fucking with it. But the power to be able to control your dream, the power to be able to lucid dream and to astral project, is something that needs to be studied. It is being
It
studied, but
is.
more than what it is. I didn't have a guide, Molly. I had become serious about yoga and meditation, and I had become so in tune that I could block everything out. I couldn't even hear myself breathing. I'm going to get back into meditation because it's good for you. That experience was the only reason I stopped. I wasn't ready to accept that part. Yeah,
Yeah. That
everything will
shit,
literally go mute.
shit
Nothing will have. The
work.
sound will disappear. Like when you reach that point and you really like you can't have no stimuli. You can't have your phone binging, no TikTok shit popping up. You can't have no distractions. So you gotta be by yourself where you can take 20 minutes or more and sit by yourself with nothing distracting you. But everything will literally go silent. Like it's
You
all I can
gotta
say is
try to
read it.
see it, dude.
All I can say is read it, read about it, try it.
Funny
You
man
know?
dreaming right now. He tell us
You
Yeah.
know
about it.
what? You know what meditation always also does for people out there that are in the comments and actually interacting with us. It helps with mental health. So your deep breathing exercises, your positive thoughts, your affirmations, these things all help with your mental health. It helps in a positive way. So, some good advice going on here.
Yeah, it is though.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I
Yeah.
recommend I'm sorry, go ahead, Molly.
Nah, I was agreeing with what she was saying.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that I recommend to everybody that be on this joint, have y'all spend most of y'all downtime while y'all at working whatever tuned in. I love that. Um, Never thought my black ass would be doing yoga and shit, but I do love it. So I'm saying that for people to think that white people or black people doing yoga or whatever the fuck, wipe all that shit off your mind. I never thought that way necessarily. I just never got into it because it was never presented. But doing yoga with Miss Victoria or whatever, I definitely recommend anybody have like an hour or two. I think she does it on Fridays from like 7 to 8 or yeah, I think like
Mm-hmm.
7 to 8. I recommend it. Getting you understanding your breathing, understanding how your body is receiving the oxygen, feeling it. I recommend it.
Yeah.
I really recommend it. Mm-hmm. Know some people be on that
It
BS, but
definitely
I
work.
know some too.
Most
Shit.
of all of the inventions and stuff that we love today, a lot of the things that people sitting on and they be like, this person invented this. A lot of times when you ask them people what gave you the idea to do this thing, they say they dream. Like
Yeah.
some gave it to them in a dream and they brought it
Yeah.
back here. So a lot of stuff you want to know when you come back, Trey. They giving you information. You done probably turned down a couple of things, Trey. But that's the thing. People come back, they don't remember. You got a gift of remembering what you just dreamed about. And that's what a lot of these inventions come back because they can come back and retain that information and be like, oh yeah, and it's amazing though, because I really believe in it. That's why I think people take that DMT drugs and stuff because everybody don't know how to get to that state just meditating. So they got cheap ways to do it. They smoke that DMT stuff, and
Mhm.
it will help them get there. But
But
hey,
shit,
I'm telling
your
you,
way of
try it.
thinking matters. Your way of thinking matters though. So you can't have no fucked up ass life and be a
That
fucked
part.
up ass individual trying to do any of this stuff. So if
Auntie,
you,
you gonna see some
yeah,
things you don't want to see.
yeah, think about how you are as a person and how you navigate in this world because you are still opening yourself up to things that you may have never seen before. So that's just as
Yeah.
a fair warning. Don't play with this shit. Think you about to, don't do that shit. Don't do that shit because you'll lose your mind and not get that shit back because you tapped into things you didn't know was possible for you, fucking with that astral projection and all that shit. So it's just a warning. It's just a warning.
And daydreaming, man, that's big. You know, scientists try to say daydreaming comes from not getting enough sleep. So when you don't get enough sleep, you'll daydream during the day. That's just the body trying to catch up on sleep. I say BS, but you know how I go with the scientists. They
Yeah.
always right. You know, but I'm with you, Weezy. Daydreaming as well. You know, like you get them codes, you can come back and remember. Do it. You know, for me, when I see my like dead folks, you know, the people, my loved ones that passed away, for some reason, I don't notice they dead when I'm dreaming. So I talk to them regular. I'm having fun. Is when I wake up. It's like, damn, I remember the conversations. It's like I would have asked other things. I didn't know the answer because I felt like they supposed to been there. And in that realm, they probably is alive and well. But I don't notice that they gone whenever I'm there with them. I just always just it just seemed like a normal day. And then every time I wake up, I'm like, dang, I would have asked this. I would have asked my mother this. I'd have asked my grandmother this. But
Well,
I didn't know at the time to do so.
when you get when you get into lucid dreaming, it gives you, it doesn't always work, but the things that you want to dream about, you can make yourself dream about as well. Keeping those things at the forefront, of, even down to writing down what you experience, and then being able to look at it, read at it. You can like coach your mind to pull you back into that dream. Because I've definitely went to sleep a bunch of times, woke up, went to the bathroom, got something to drink, went to sleep, fell asleep, and continued the dream,
Yeah.
and that is very well possible. So I would encourage you to try to just retain those things that you write it down or whatever, and try to retain that, and you might be able to return to it. But each time you dream and you can retain, then write it down because you'll find yourself matching up a timeline, and it's like a spider web of different things. And I used to have a whiteboard, a vision board, but I used to have a whiteboard next to it, and you'll find yourself, matching up little shit in your timeline. Shit kind of start filling in little pieces when just
Yeah,
just a
that's the best
recommendation.
way to do it. Nah, it's definitely a good idea to do.
Josh said he's trying to go over the ice wall.
Well, you ain't got a dream to do that. They just ain't gonna let you over
And he
there,
tell her
Slim.
what's
Yeah,
behind it.
I'll let you
You mess
over there.
around and get caught by a strider.
Yeah.
See, but I feel like it's also, I feel like it's different energies over there, different frequencies. It's different. I feel like it's a different world in this world on the other side of that wall.
I feel like let me stay in my bubble.
Yeah, I feel like
Mm.
we can't get
You
right
ready?
here first before we worry about too much over there. I know
I
what
ain't
he's
ready.
saying, but you know. Nah, what you do is place yourself in a
Mm.
dim room, lay comfortably with noise cancellation headphones, and cut a ping pong in half and tape the halves of your eyes, and then focus on. I'd rather just buy the thing that you put over your eyes from Walmart or
Ah,
Target.
damn, that's
I
me
said,
Uh,
though.
you
Which,
sound like you getting
yeah,
ready for some type of dominatrix sex.
yeah.
yeah.
Or you about
Don't
to
listen to the white girl. Don't listen to the white girl, y'all.
With
yeah.
Destiny time, Destiny get the chicken bones
What's
lining
that
up
shit when you
across
put that
the
mask on and you cut metal and shit? What's that
I
shit?
might
She's
have
like,
try that.
yeah.
He said get the
Trying to
She
pink
made me
tell you
think
how
bong
you
she.
ball.
raised in the shade.
Yeah, and I seen you trying to come in, Destiny. Said your mic and camera was not
Yeah.
connected. You
Phoenix
said
said,
your
yeah, she
mic camera was
continues her
not.
dreams too. Yeah, I've definitely
Yeah, I do too, but it don't matter. Whenever I go back, it's a glitch. It's for some reason when I'm talking to them, I never remember they did. Like I don't remember they passed away. I can go right back to it. It's like dang. As soon as I get in, it's like it's right back to the same thing. We doing the same thing. Like I just
but
for saying I can't bring that information back over for some reason. Like to let me know like they not here. And it's like they always to me supposed to be here, like alive.
so
I don't.
maybe there's something else that you're supposed to maybe there's something else that you're supposed to
Well,
receive. Treat it when you in your dream, don't worry about
Well,
this reality and trying to, you know, bring back the fact that they have passed or trying to remember it in the dream. That shit don't matter. I would try to talk to whoever you talking to
maybe
and
certain
get whatever
questions I want to
information.
ask.
I
You
really
know,
feel like
not
that's your time.
like whatever we talk about is not the information I want to obtain, even though it's good to obtain it. But the things I want to ask, I can't because I can't remember to ask it when I'm there. But I
Yeah,
do get information. But the things I really want to ask, I can't ask because I don't know to when I'm there.
yeah, I feel
Well,
that.
what you say, Louise,
Oh well,
we're coming
yeah.
back
You
in.
trying? She putting tennis balls on her eyes or whatever the fuck she was talking about.
Just go
Hey,
get one of the sleep masks that they sell at the store that say sleep on it and put that over your eye. Don't be cutting up ping pong balls. We could be using that for this
Oh no, man, that
beer
might
pong. We
work.
ain't got to this.
Get some seashells, put them on your head. You can listen to that
yeah,
shit.
Yes,
nah.
I will do it. It has to be real seashells from the sea.
I
It
got
can't
Look
be
a
some
that.
funny
blacked out
man.
curtains. I'll be all right.
Funny man with the
Wait,
villain laugh out of nowhere. You back with us, funny man?
I've been listening.
Yeah, he was
Don't do.
dreaming,
We not
boy.
doing that shit today. No,
He
you was
thought he was
not.
listening, y'all.
You
Y'all
was
ain't that.
fucking. You was asleep. We not doing that shit today. It was okay.
He was
It's
listening
okay.
the
You back
last
with us
5 minutes.
now.
He was listening the last 5 minutes, probably. I call that heavy, dusty, sensory salt baths. Oh yeah, he
Oh
said he
yeah,
taking them salt baths. I don't know.
yeah. Destiny
Hmm
Andrews got a shrinking head and a voodoo doll.
Hey,
Don't be-
Destiny, we cool, right? Hey, don't put nothing on me, man. Don't voodoo me, all
all I'm gonna say, I'm gonna hit your ass right back with that shit. So
right?
if I ever pick
that's
anything up
yeah, you
in the
can
airwaves that
talk
you,
about it, baby.
because whatever you put out does come back. Everything has an adverse effect that you send out. So even if you did,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, we was
Hey,
talking about it.
yeah.
The
Second
RFK
time in
stuff
yeah,
earlier.
involved in politics. I might. Yeah, Destiny. I actually just remembered that because I thought you was gonna get on to expand on that.
Yeah, on what
Funny man just
RFK
got back
was
from
doing.
Astro Plane.
Yeah, funny man.
alarm.
What, how was the trip, brother?
Man.
It ain't nothing wrong with it. But that is crazy that a lot of y'all experience, a lot of the same things. I used to think that was weird for me. A lot of my buddies don't experience those things. They used to be laughing at certain things, so
Well,
it's
but
good.
people would be because I like that we talk about mental stuff, not even mental health necessarily, but mental stuff all the time. The more that you have, I can't remember what the subject matter was a couple days ago, but I was saying something about when you don't, when you do your little thing at the end when you tell us to give some good word or give
Yeah,
advice or whatever, and I was saying that if your mind is not clear, I think my mom said that earlier, but if your mind is not clear, you can't receive. So,
yeah,
it's the same thing with people talking about, "Ah, ha, 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 ha. I wish that you could experience this, but you can continue to laugh and miss out. But when I look at people's lives, I understand, people be heavy drinkers, they be having a lot of trauma shit going on. All those things push you further away from tapping in to all the stuff that we talking about. So, you know, yeah, so
yeah,
the more you got going on, that's clouding your mind or harboring over you, the further you will be away from being able to do so. You pretty much have to be one with yourself and whole with yourself to be able to astral project or anything like that. Like, not even trying to sound like Neo or some shit. I ain't the chosen one or no shit like that. But that's really you have to be there with yourself to be able to do it.
Monty, what up, Monty? Yeah, that said she wanted to talk about RFK. Yeah, that's what we was talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
Antidepressant drugs.
Yeah, actually, you missed most of the
Yeah, we went
conversation.
on about an hour about
Yeah,
it.
we actually talked about mental health and all of that stuff, medications and adverse effects and all of that shit for him. My mom jumped in here for a little bit, was talking about shit she used to deal with and all of that. So we actually kind of covered that. I wish she was here a little earlier, but I know you someone else, Destiny, that has a schedule, so I have more respect for your schedule than fuck the show if you got to be at work or you trying to get some sleep. You can watch
Yeah,
this shit
gotta get
later.
that money.
But we did talk about it a little bit. Um, that's true, Trey. If you're not, oh, y'all show me every day why I love this show. I know that's
They
right.
say that's
Yeah,
true trade.
that's true,
You're
Trey. If
not
you're not
sober.
sober, yeah. So,
You're
but
disconnected.
I would say a weed high does take away, like I said, from your ability to retain the dreams, but the training that you have within yourself, you can still do those things if you are still indulgent.
Okay.
In like weed or whatever. But any other shit like alcohol, your ass take Percocets and shit. I'm not looking for you to be able to
Percocet. Oh,
astral
Percocet.
project. I'm not looking for that,
Take a
So,
trip.
but yeah, so external shit keeps you from being able to tap in like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, some people don't even care to do so. They don't believe in it. They don't care to do so. I done heard people say it's evil, it's witchcraft. Basically, even talk to your dead ancestors. You shouldn't do so. It is all types of weird things, that people practice. But I'm like, if it wasn't meant to happen, it shouldn't be allowed. Like your
to do
body
it.
not just going to do certain things on its own, things that you're not even really thinking about just
Yeah,
occur. It's like, how can that be evil? So I think they be shying us away from those things because that will let us know that we'll be good after here. And a lot of people won't be in fear. 'Cause I think most people just fear death. That's
yeah,
all it is. They join certain fraternities or religions, all that because they scared of what might happen after. But if you knew what was going to happen after, if your ancestors can come and tell you, look, I'm all right. And you like, man, I know how you lived up here. And they let you know, yeah, it's going to be all right. You
yeah,
no longer live in fear. You understand that, oh, okay, I got a mission here. Let me get it done. But I still don't know when my time coming. But I know after this, I'll be okay. I ain't got to worry about not knowing, oh, I might be complete darkness. I might go to this place they created called hell. Like, no, I'll be able to come back and talk to my
hmm
kids and guide them. I'm not just a
hmm
parent here on earth. I can be a parent after. But
hmm
if you don't know that and they telling you that's evil, and then it's just like, what happens after this? When you die, you trying to get to people, but they not doing the right things to see you. They walking right past you. They got people scared. They showing videos. I seen a ghost in my house. They making TikTok. It might be an ancestor trying to talk to you, trying their
Mhm.
best to get to you to let you know, but they'd already got it in our mind. They done made up movies and all types of things for you to fear these type of things. So it's set up. What you gonna say, Shaquan? Like you about to say something.
No, I really wasn't. But about the ancestor thing, you're absolutely right. I feel like I said earlier, I think that all human beings are connected. I don't know why I feel like this, but I feel like we're all on some level connected.
Mm-hmm.
And because we came from here. I don't know where humanity came from, but we came from here. So I believe that we're in tune with the earth and we feel things. You can feel vibes. You ever walk around a person and you never met them a day in your life and you just don't rock with that person or you don't feel comfortable with that person? It's a whole vibe. It's a whole
it
vibe.
is.
And
It is.
everybody experiences that. And to me, that's humanity.
Yeah, that's a superpower.
Mhm.
To feel something you not, how you just walk around somebody and you
That's
might
how
not even
I
have a
am. I don't
conversation
even
with
have to
them.
be around.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
don't
I
even
don't have
listen.
to
I could be, and I know, I feel it. It's a whole vibe. You gotta, you know
yep,
what I'm saying? But I think that
tap into
humans,
people.
we need to get more in tune with it because it protects us too.
Yeah. Yeah. I think when we ignore what we're gifted with is when we miss out. I think I encourage people to really dial back. I say that all the time. Dial it back sometime. If you got a minute to sit, dial that shit back and just analyze. And use your downtime to analyze and critique your life and reflect. And the more time you spend thinking about shit, things will start to unlock. Things will start to move out the way for you. You know, I just
Yeah.
encourage people to think. Hmm.
Reflection and self-reflection is a part of self-care. It's a programmatic theme that psychologists will tell their people their clients. You need to have reflection, self-reflect on what's going on. They'll even, some therapists will tell you to start writing a journal. So you can write down things that are going
100%.
on and your reaction that you reacted to. And then they'll have you reflect on your reaction, reflect on what you did throughout the day and how you could have done things differently. So that's a major
Exactly.
part of self-care, reflection and wellness.
Yeah,
Mhm.
100%. Josh says some people don't want to know the truth. They're scared of what they believe. And yeah. So let me finish actually reading. I'm sorry. Some people don't want to know the truth. They're scared that what they believe will be wrong, and some can't accept being wrong. Um, yeah, I don't. That's why a lot of shit I'm not affected by. A lot of shit doesn't bother me. Most of things I see people deal with in life just don't have a hold on me because I feel like I took the time to dial this shit back and really look at life and like realize that a lot of this shit that I don't really need to be so consumed by it and tripping over for real.
Yeah.
But I am 100% fine. I wiped my mind of everything that I thought I knew and reset myself to accept everything as a new thing. Everything I've experienced, already knew about, already faced,
Mhm.
already been around, and accept it as completely new as if I don't know it. I'm fully willing to say I don't know certain things, even down to religion. I'm not gonna get all into that, but I'm fine with saying I don't know the source. I don't. I'm not scared to go to hell. I'm not scared to burn up. None of that shit is gonna make me believe in something faster if I haven't discovered it, if I haven't researched it. If I can't look up more than one, if I can only look at one religion, or if I look into something else, then it's demonic or whatever. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. So I'm not about to be, people will subscribe to a whole religion out of fear and
Yeah.
not read shit about it, not know nothing about it. It's the saddest thing in the world to me that people will fall for stuff or fall for stuff, but fall into stuff. Uh, and know they're not educated, but just because it's common or people think you should do it, that you do it. But
Because
this
it's a
world is
society.
like, yeah,
Because it's a
yeah,
society norm. I know many people who are in the church and preachers and all of that, and by day and by night, they say the freaks come out at night. So
right.
Mhm.
I
So
see, like TD Jake said, have you ever been swallowed? So,
Have y'all
swallowed
ever been
up.
swallowed?
I
so
too have been
I too have
swallowed
been
up.
swallowed.
He said it so like dramatic, like
He letting y'all know. You
yeah.
talking about play with TD,
Have you ever
but
went through a time of swallowing? Yeah.
I have swallowed.
It was the walk that got me when like he was walking in them church shoes like
Like
they were
the
like flip flops or something. You
like
know
he
what I
on
mean? Yeah,
he was gliding like he was ice
yeah,
skating
it
or
was
some
gliding. Yeah, yeah.
shit.
yeah, he was on one.
Yeah,
Right.
Living
Religion
the
is
have you ever
demonic
bomb.
been
because of the
swallowed?
thirst and desire for power and control is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very weird to me that I can't sprinkle some cinnamon across my door frame for good luck, but all of y'all can
Mhm.
or I don't want to be, but people can join up in a building and read from a book and raise their hands up and drink blood and or figuratively, metaphorically blood and flesh and all of that stuff, but I'm doing something wrong. It's so
Yeah.
weird to me. It's so everybody having a
I'm,
seance, but
uh, the thing is,
I can't
don't
use the
nobody
Mhm.
cinnamon in my cabinet. Like,
Nobody has a
what?
right to judge nobody because you know why nobody has a
Yeah.
right to judge nobody? Because nobody put nobody here. Nobody,
Mhm.
you can't. Nobody can judge me because they didn't put me here, bro. You didn't,
Yeah,
make that joint happen with my mom. You didn't make it happen, so you can't.
yeah,
Nobody can judge. It's the weirdest thing because that's how I walk this earth. When I hear things, when people say things, or even when other people are talking, there is no judgment. There's no judgment. I listen. I don't judge. I'm an active listener. That's all I am. They
yeah.
spread land all over, so people don't pay them no mind. And oh, that was when the angel of death came for the Pharaoh's son and all the oldest children in Egypt died. I understand that, but it's still a lot going on.
Yeah.
I don't
You
want to touch
know,
on religion.
I ain't gonna keep
I
hitting
was
on it.
raised in
I'm gonna leave it
Christian.
alone.
Yeah, people,
I was
yeah,
raised in
they
a
sent
Christian
it to you.
household. Yes, I was. But as I grew up and as I became older, I learned the Torah. I learned the Quran. I learned about Taoism. I learned how to meditate, and I learned Nam Yan Ho Rengen Kyo. So
What's up,
because
shout?
I just believe
Mhm.
that you have to seek the Lord. You have to seek your Creator, and there's more than one route. You know, it's more than it's not broad. It's not wide. If you're really truly looking for the light and the Creator, this is not going to be an easy walk. Everybody not going to like it, but you
Yeah.
still have to
Mhm.
maintain that non-judgmental mental mentality, and you still have to keep walking. You still have to
Yeah.
keep walking. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, 100%. I like
Don't
that.
get caught up in it, y'all. A lot of people get caught up in arguing about what religion. I'm telling y'all, that's another way to divide people. And it's about 50, 200 something religions. They just created an alien religion.
Mhm.
For some people don't know, you can look it up. Yeah, they praising aliens. They got the alien on front of the building and all that. The grays inside, so they thinking aliens the one who gave us life, and they got a book that so-called proves it, and they believe in it. So it's
Yeah.
like ain't nobody stopping, ain't nobody going against it, because people know religion is man-made. You can make up whatever religion you want to make up, but it's up to you to try to find a true creator. And you can use a lot of these books to get to them, but I think God already equipped us with everything that we need, especially the knowledge. Like, I don't need a book to tell me that, it was a creator that put us here, that, you shouldn't cause harm to other people. But some
Yeah.
people need that, and then they need to be threatened. If you do these things, you will be sent to da 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 and da da da. It's just like, wow. I love the stories. I just don't like what comes with it, because it caused divide, So I
I
don't
don't
like
like
really none of these religions, unless they're
I
gonna work
don't
together. That's
I
not
don't
the
like
case.
people I don't like people I don't like the people. I'm all for whatever people's paths
Mhm.
are. Explore your life to the fullest extent before your ass is up out of here. But at the same time, um,
That's what they saying, y'all.
yeah, I don't know. At the same time, I wouldn't.
I don't get it. I listen. I don't touch on nobody's religion. I don't do that. I
Yeah,
know that is a very personal thing for many
yeah.
people. You know, but I'm not religion. I don't have religion. I have relationship, and there's a whole difference. That's all I'm saying.
Relationship, exactly.
Mm.
Make something somebody's religion. That's what always got me. It's like if I grab any book outside of religion and you read that book as well, that's not your book. I can give a review on that book, the things I like about it. If I don't like it, it's a lot of books. You can give Reese books, Shades of Blue. We can give
You,
our reviews. We love this book about this, and there's gonna be that one person say, I don't like the book. They might can't relate to it. Should we say, oh, you fake, you don't know the true self, and this and that? No, that's her review of the book. So the Bible is a book. It's just the first book. It's no different than they creating cars, and now it's different, many different brands of cars, but somebody had to be the first. So whatever book was the first, somebody said, okay, I see you can gab and control people by using this book. Let me make my own copy, but I'm gonna switch some things. And it just kept going on and on and on to the point that people just take word for these things. It's like this book was written way before we was born. Our parents was born, and we still say this is the truth. This is the word from Moses. Jesus said this. Why you say he said that? These can just be characters. At the end of the day, we wasn't there. We don't know. The people who wrote the book wasn't even there. They talking about stories of people they lived 500 years before they was born. So it's like it don't make sense, but they are good stories. Like with Adam and Eve, and she tricked them into. And when I read the story, I just seem like she had sex with the devil. Right after that, she had sex with Adam, and then that's how she was pregnant with twins. And one was Cain, one was Abel. That's why one was evil and one wasn't. You can see that happen to women today. It's women today that have twins that have two different fathers. And that's the story, but they got it like, oh, she bit the apple and she tricked him to bite the apple. No, that's symbolic. That's another way of saying they got it in. But when you just looking at it in the preacher, it's like people don't even really look into these things, but they say, this is my religion. No, this is somebody else's book who wrote it thousands and thousands of years ago, and I'm giving my review on it. I don't care how you feel about it.
but can I say something
Personally,
about it? They be sitting up there talking about she bit an apple, right? This is how I knew it was some sexual content involved in it.
Yeah.
No holy book in the world does it say apple. It does. It say fruit.
Nowhere. Fruit.
It says fruit. And what do they call sexual organs? Fruit of life. So it don't take a
She was
genius.
munching on that fruit.
And
No,
all
and
fruit
no
was called
holy book
apples.
doesn't say apple.
A lot of fruits was called apples too at the time, so it wouldn't even know if it's that apple. But it said fruit. That's
Mhm.
it. It's
That's
weird. But people don't want to study their religion, their book. My God, like no, it's our God. You know, right? No, it's my God. Like, see, you believe in something else. Like, wow. So y'all think if it's a different religion, then that person believe in a different creator.
right.
Some people do. Well, if you don't go through Jesus Christ, like what then? Who did he go through? You know, like who did Moses go? Who do all the other people go through before? Well, before then you couldn't. That's why we was living in sin. Like who came in and said it was sin? Like that's
They
a
just
thing.
sacrifices. They
And this is crazy.
sacrifice.
The
They kill
innocent goats and stuff like that.
before
Kids.
mhm. Well, you see a part in the Bible where it says Abraham was about to sacrifice his son, and then it was a ram in the bush.
Yeah. You say, oh, it's a ram and they use that instead. It was like, wow, you was about to off your child, but that's how much these books can get
You
people
love eating
programmed.
fruit.
Yeah, that's Josh time. He love eating fruit. You know what that mean? He love getting
Yeah.
meat. It's a lot to go with those stories, though, man. I just be wanting people to look more into it because it got deeper meaning to it. They might be telling you something, but you can't decipher the code or the riddle. You know, you won't know what it is or what it means. You really probably think it's just apple, and she bit the apple. She tricked him into biting it, and that was why they were like, nah, it's more to it. It's more to a lot of these stories. Even Moses in the burning bush. What bush burns and give you powers to see and talk to God? Like I told y'all right now, they smoking DMT out here, and they going to other realms and talking to demonic beings or probably godly beings. I don't know. I think it's good and evil in all realms or anything, but they actually smoking this bush, this burning bush, and they actually able to see things that we can't see, talk to things that we can't talk to. And when you read them stories, like it sound like they was messing around with DMT in them days too. And that probably what gave them the power to talk to those entities, and that's probably why they was able to tell these stories. But it's
Right now.
lit. I love the stories though. I ain't gonna lie. Say Eve ate the dick. He wow man. See,
Who
yeah,
said
I
that?
can't see nothing like that.
He made the
I heard
dick.
a student in prison based college saying she had to write about a song of Solomon. They made her uncomfortable. Yeah, because a lot of people don't know a lot of that stuff was pedophilia. Like a lot of. But I don't know. Can you say it's pedophilia? Because that's what the laws was in their time. But today, that would be pedophilia. Like Murray was a kid. She was going with a grown man. I was 13, 14. This dude was already in his 30s or 40 years old. So it's like that's was mostly everybody. Everybody was going with these little girls at early age, and you was able to do that. That was considered normal. So they was pushing that. Today that would be pedophilia. They still pushing it. That's why you see things happening in church. The pastor messing with the little girl or the little boy because where that book come from, that time where that book come from, those things was happening. It seemed like those people that's in these churches still practice some of those things. So you gotta be careful. Of course you do. Some of the freakiest women I've been with is at church girls. They the freakiest shout. I heard that. Say
That's that
Adam wanted to
spirit.
eat the peach.
Put that spirit on you, huh?
Especially right now. It was an eggplant, not a Marley. Hey, we know what that means. See, that's what I'm saying. It's symbolic to something else. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't an
That be that
apple.
shit.
We know what it
Yeah.
really means. And that's
Yeah.
all they do in these books. They put up emojis basically, and people they don't know what the emoji is. Like, remember Riri thought the shit joint was ice cream? She thought it was chocolate ice cream. He like, what in the world? But she didn't
Ah,
know.
shit.
So it's a lot of us that think certain things mean something else in the book and they don't. That's why you got 12 zodiac signs and it was 12 disciples. evolving around one person. The same thing. Jesus had 12 disciples. It's 12 zodiacs in the sun. That's it. The Son of God. 12 zodiacs revolve around the Son of God. Well, 12 disciples walking with the Son of God. It's just a lot of the same things that they put out
Yeah.
there. They be like, oh, he died and came back to life. Yes, every December. That's why they be like, Jesus' birthday not December 25th. It ain't about Jesus. It's about the Son of God. S-U-N. The
Yeah.
Son died every year around December 23rd to the 24th, and it comes back on the 25th. It dies every year. That's why they say the Son died and returned back to life. You know, daggone well, ain't no real human being dying and coming back to life.
Right.
And basically the stars create this type of cross when it's dying. That's where they got the cross from. But it was mostly like a crucifix.
Right.
And you can look at it in the sky. Every year people does it. And you can look it up, just called winter solstice. And that's where they got it from. That's why Jesus' birthday the 25th. And ain't got nothing to do with the story that they telling you, because Jesus is not a person they talking about. They talking about the sun. That's why the sun reflects on the water. That's why Jesus walked on water. That's why Jesus healed, turned water into wine. Everything with age, you leave it in the sun, it will change. It's a lot of things, man, that's symbolic in the Bible that's just talking about the universe. And that's why they tell you certain things demonic. Nah, you don't want to look into that. That's
You don't look
demonic.
into
You don't
yeah.
study the stars. The one they following the North Star. How did they get to Jesus?
Didn't they
Didn't they
follow the
follow the
star to get to
star?
Jesus?
Yeah. Astronomy is bad.
So
No,
the three wise men was demonic.
Yep.
exactly. And they was
So
considered
let's stick with
wise.
it. Let's stick with it then. All the way
Yeah.
through.
I got to read the Trump Bible because I done heard Trump wrote a Bible. I said, oh, we
Yeah.
got to write Bibles. I'm about to write one next.
Exactly. That's what I've really, man, been looking at. We need to write about Dr. Sebi's and the people who was healing people of today. Them our prophets of today. They wrote about their prophets back then. It was just doctors out here healing people, and they consider that as magic because they didn't understand it. But now that's normal. Somebody catch a cold back then, they was dying. Somebody catch a cold today, you get some little rest. They got some little pills for you, you'll be good. You know, but that'd be considered magic back then. And we bring an iPhone back in them times, they will hang us. They will kill
Yeah.
us. They're gonna be like, what
Yeah.
the hell? This dude, yeah, he definitely gotta go. You know, because they wasn't ready for a lot of those things. So what is old us and just seem regular, that would be demonic to them. You know, so
Well, the
we see
Yeah,
same
that.
way.
mental
The same.
mental illness. They would
Oh,
crack open your
I
skull.
didn't know you was here. Shit.
Who that? Hold up, somebody talking? Who was that?
Yeah, I didn't know you was here. Is it a ghost? Is it an ancestor?
Nah, go ahead, funny man. What
It's
you
like,
say?
nah, I'm playing good.
It's your ancestors.
Um,
You stupid.
no, mental illness and whatever. No, they would crack open your skull because they felt that you was possessed, and
Oh yeah. They'll drill a hole in your skull and try to get whatever's supposed to be
yeah,
in and out. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I do remember that. There was a
Yeah.
movie on that.
Well,
It was-
I know
but
I'd
I
have
was
been all right. They probably been drilling a couple of us that's in here, huh? They'd have been drilling us in the comments. Said LA killed me. They love to worship. Yeah, they do. That's how it was
not they
back
love to
then. I found a
worship.
picture of my great grandmother when I knew it was her birthday day. She was only 13 when she birthed my great grandmother.
Damn.
Yeah, they got them there early. I
Damn.
don't know. Some places you consider a man at 13. You know, I was like, why would they do that? Yeah,
Yeah.
because they impregnating at 13. But now you got 13-year-olds competing with grown men. Like, they ain't gonna never get the girl that they want. They gotta
Right.
wait till they get older and then find a 13-year-old. So they be
Right.
thinking they worried, like, well, you know, if you're a man and no, it don't matter. The little boys still can't become men early because all the men is taking their little girls that's their age. So they gotta wait years later to find a little girl and do the same shit.
That
So it's
sounds
like
crazy
that's
as shit.
messed up. It's
Yeah, that sounds
messed
crazy
up.
as all know what.
But that's their way of culture, that's their way. I would definitely be
Well, when
hung
you had
for
said something
if
about
they hung for admitting the internet. That's the
when you had
thing. Yeah.
Definitely be hung. Oh yeah, I know.
See when I say what?
Oh no, I was got a little distracted. When you had said something about still talking about the same thing, but when you say something about like aliens and stuff like that, um I definitely believe the same way we the same way everyone after Black.
The what was
I I don't know what the fuck that was. I know who it
that?
was, but I don't know what
David,
sound it was. Yeah, he
Funny man probably got one of the keys over there.
nah he read the comment and geeked off of it.
Yeah, that was Josh.
Uh,
She said Mary Magdalene would have had a fans only.
Only
Only
thing.
fans. He's still. And yeah, you would have subscribed too.
Been right on
hold
there
on that
paying.
one, there is a way, like there is, I researched it, and some female children are already born with a fertilized egg in them. And
Wow.
so DNA, like scientifically speaking, an asexual woman can have a child without the help of a human male.
That's what that lady was talking about when she was
Oh
talking about the
yeah.
ethers and
I
shit.
did
Remember?
research it.
Yeah, that's why they came up with that little island with what's that Wonder Woman or one of them little superheroes is an island for the number women. They be slaughtering, man. They just
That's
use them.
Wonder
Wonder
Woman.
Woman.
Wonder
Wonder
Woman, yeah.
Woman.
But the first lady supposed to impregnated herself through meditation, so
Damn.
that was weird. Like,
You know.
Well, I'm
yeah. But you gotta really be clean from like birth to forever till you ready. You gotta make sure you ready. But I don't know. I think it's possible because it's like we can't give birth to man or woman as a man. So only women can give birth to us. So it's like where it come from, at the end of the day it's still a created. So I'd be like how woman wasn't created first. So I see a lot of stories that say man created first, but it's just like, do that make sense in any other like
Nope.
does it? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's where God come into play. But outside of these books, to us, we'll just believe Mother Nature. That's why it's called Mother Nature, not Father Nature, because mothers give life. If God is considered or Allah, whatever, a person or a man, it got to be a woman because only women give life. So it's like they get into that gender role thing. That's what I think that was back in the day. Give them a little more power because we are created stronger, but we supposed to be strong. We protectors, we builders. That's why. But they took it too far. I think men, see, we get caught up in the race thing, but I think men in general, we went too far. And that's why things what it at now. Ego came to play because now you got men in power. Now white men want to be in power. Then black men want to be in power, but it's never women. I think when women wasn't in power, things probably was better because they loving, they caring. So I don't know, but when you caught up thinking the creator is man, I'm ready to say it's not man or woman. It can be both, but to say that it's man and we all was created by man, then man created woman through the ribs and all. I'm like, wow, who came up with that theory? It was amazing though. I like it.
Yeah.
So,
A roach can reproduce itself.
we know a woman didn't write the Bible at all. That's
A
one
roach can
thing.
reproduce itself.
Yeah.
That was
All right,
random. That was
Oh
I got
my
random as a
God.
motherfucker. I was random as a motherfucker. Would you like to spill the facts on roaches?
David. I love you. I love you. I love you, Funny Be Agreed. I love y'all. I gotta get out of here.
Uh,
Alright.
I will see y'all tomorrow because
all
I'll be
right.
able to come in tomorrow again. So
All right.
I love y'all. Keep up the positivity that y'all are spreading. Peace and blessings.
Yeah. All right.
Alright,
Same
later.
love. Thank
Oh,
you.
well,
So, David, Funny Man Green, whatever like that and all, would you like to tell us about the facts of roach rebirth, or did you want to keep moving?
a roach has both uh, reproductive organs or whatever, and it can. That's why what I mean. If you let a roach live or whatever, that bad boy can make a couple thousand eggs on its own.
Yeah. Wow.
God
Damn.
damn.
Sound like an infestation, ain't it? Ha ha. But anyway, I feel you. Damn.
That's wow.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I think it's crazy and cool how we like as humans are like well, not we not exactly like seahorses, but men carry the life before you give it to the women because you are the tadpole. You are the you know you are
Yeah,
that, and then you are transferred over to where you will thrive and be and come into this world. But yeah, I give myself a little something as a guy for carrying life too. I still want. Hey, Miss Jeanette, how you? I'm good. Um,
mm,
but yeah, so how men carry life too. It's weird how, like you said, a woman was able to do it herself, but then now in today's time, you need us to do it. But shit, guys carry life, as well.
yeah.
We both do on both ends.
It's too many stories about fallen angels and all types of aliens, whatever they want to be called. Aliens are falling. Some from out of this world came here and basically mixed our DNA with theirs, and it didn't work. So what they did was let one of our humanoids or whatever it is conceive her. Like, and I had sex with, but put the sperm inside one of these
Yeah,
aliens that was female, and she gave life to human, and it was
yeah.
perfected or
Well,
whatnot. And go
when
ahead.
you had said something about when you had said something about aliens, that actually brought me back to my point. So I believe that um just how bloodline wise everybody after I'm still researching, I'll forever be researching, but how black people are supposed to be the source of life, like the beginning, and then it was mutations, which is changes in DNA, permanent changes in DNA, whatever. People became other things like based on their climate and based on where they were. That's what scientists say. That's what I'll be reading about. But people become this and become that because of where they are geographically. Just like if we're riding on that notion, I feel like it's the same with being on Earth. So Earth's conditions make you this. And I feel like being outside, being in a different realm, being wherever you were before that, I feel like makes you look like whatever an alien actually looks like. I feel
Yeah,
like coming to Earth and dealing with Earth's conditions, Earth's climate, and all that gives us this. That's just my
yeah.
thing. But I
And
think
I'm
it's the,
saying that's
it's
the
the same.
avatar that you need for this for this round. So
Yeah,
these the avatars we use. Whatever round we go to next, it might be alien like, but that's the body we're gonna need to survive in whatever atmosphere that is. I see.
yeah. What's she
Destiny
saying?
was saying the theories in the Bible is really written that
Yeah,
God had a wife, and the wife fell for his best friend, and he banished her. So she was basically Mother Earth. And he did say that, say, let us make mankind in our image, our likeness,
yeah,
owl. So whenever I read, I'm like, owl mean more than one person. So I get that too. I always understood that. And I was like, man, that's more than one person. And
yeah,
it seemed like when you go back and read the scripture, when he created Adam, it seemed like he created both of them at the same time. If you go back and read that, but
yeah,
it's still like to even hear God say that, it sounds like some beings from somewhere else that created us to rule over this planet, but something created them. For him to
yeah,
even have a best friend, like who
yeah,
created you? Who's your best friend
yeah,
parents? Where
yeah,
did they come from? So that lets you know they got light power, some light
yeah.
powers as well. So when you
I'm
hear
trying to
about
figure out why they
go,
got so much human emotion in the shit. Like, it's supposed to be God. It's supposed to be Jesus. Y'all ain't supposed to be thinking like us. So that's my disconnect with it because I wouldn't want somebody who necessarily leads the whole globe or everything under the sun or whatever, and you get jealous and get envious and everything just as much as the next person. That's kind of odd to me, but it's more killing and slaughter and anything when I read up on some of that stuff. I don't know how I don't know.
you know, a lot of points. I love religion when it's being used in a positive manner.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah, always. But most time when it's used, it's still used to control. It's used for a certain agenda. And most people who doing the teaching don't know. they just doing what they was programmed to do. Like you learn and you pass on a message, and you try to recruit as many people to your organization as possible. So it makes sense. But if it's still gonna help them do good and guide them to do good by people, yeah, that's still a good thing. But it's some people that will give up on family because of their belief. Like in my religion, we don't believe it, so I can't mess with you. Like, but known you my whole life. Some people give up on their kids because they choose a certain lifestyle and they feel like, well, the book goes against that, so I can't be part of your nonsense. We see it in all the movies. When a girl's singing at the church, she decided to sing outside the church. It's demonic. We can't no longer, support you. And it be their own parents, just
Yep.
like, wow. That's how much religion got certain people. With certain religions, you can't eat a certain thing. You got to eat this, do that, and I think it's good. It might help them before they died or whatnot. But
Yeah.
it's crazy that a book got to tell you what you
Yeah.
can and can't
That's my
eat.
problem.
You should know what you can and
Yeah.
can't eat. Animals don't have books. I don't see lines with a recipe. Like, no, they know what they can and they can't eat. They know what's good for them. So it's just like all animals do. Some of them eat plants. They know, I can't eat that. I got to eat fear. I got to eat the trees. I got to eat the grass. So it's like
Yeah.
with us, we got to read a book to say, well, this is good for this. This is good for that. Don't eat this. You should eat that. God be mad if you eat this. It's like, wow, it's like they training us to kill ourselves, and that's what it been most times. Most of the food that
That's
they
what it
giving
really
us,
is.
no matter what book is in, I've seen a lot of pyramids that show that, oh, you eat these proteins and this, and later on all them things cause cancer. So it's like
Yeah.
they really program you to believe that you doing the right thing, you doing what God wants you to do, but at the end of the day, you harming yourself. About time you find out and ask questions, you become the problem because there's too many other Agent Smiths. There's other people that's programmed. They bigger than you. So it's like, oh, you giving up on God, you giving up on the church. No, I finally found God. Let me
Right.
tell you about him. Let me tell you about him. They don't want to hear it because they already caught up into this what the book says. This what this says. So this what I gotta do. So they won't live outside of it. So that's the only scary part. Some people lose
Yeah.
out on family because of that.
Yeah.
They
I
came
watched
from
it.
Mars. Want to find out there was life on that planet. I don't know. I don't even believe
Oh
in
no.
Mars, Josh.
I
I
don't.
don't
Yeah. I don't.
believe in Mars, Saturn, all that stuff. It's just a star. It's a big star. You can't land on something
Yeah.
that's just energy and gas floating
Yeah.
around in the sky. But some people believe it's a rock. That you can land a rover on there, and they out there looking. I was like, that's tough because all the images I see outside of CGI, which means computer generated image, that's all
Yep.
y'all see when y'all see the fire, red Mars. But when you look at real Mars through a telescope, it just looked like a big star. It just
Yeah.
changing colors. It just red. And the more you get to it, it's shape or form like the image Mars, but it's not physical. So just
Yeah.
look up on YouTube all these planets through a telescope, and there's people out here with $1 million scopes that's taking
High
images and
powered
videos of
telescope.
them. Yeah,
Mhm.
so you can check them out, and if you think we can still land on them places and sit in them places, hey, you might know something I need to learn because it don't look like it's possible to me.
Well, we NASA themselves said that they lost the mathematics to be able to to get to the even to the moon. They say they no longer have, and that's official documents on government websites. Official people have actually said it verbally, on camera, that they know. They said they lost, just like they lost a lot of technologies. People died, and people, all that shit, and then they rebirthed it later on, or took it away and studied it. But they said they don't have the mathematics to be able to do so. So the moon landing back then was supposed to be real, and then after that they lost the mathematics to get out there and return into Earth safely. But we can't leave the atmosphere. I don't. People
Yeah,
don't realize we can't leave the atmosphere.
yeah. Buzz
Right.
said on live television we never went. He one of the astronauts that actually went on there, and they saying he was one of the first person. He's saying we never went. It was a lie. The guy who shot it, like one of the best directors, the one who gave us like E.T. and a couple other movies, he shot it. His proof he came out. We shot in Hollywood, and
Yeah.
they was in a race with Russia who get there first. I think
Yep,
Russia,
yep.
they backed out because they said it wasn't possible, and we said, "Shit, we gonna at least stage it," and we staged it. And what's funny is we got better footage in movies today than the moon landing. Look, they got too many
Yeah,
mistakes.
yeah.
It's like who filming them when they step out? That means the cameraman. He was the first person who stepped on the moon, not you. You
Right.
know.
One of
Then what
one of
up,
the
funny man?
one of the astronauts on his deathbed admitted that it was fake and everything.
Yeah.
Hey, trying to get right with God. Trying to get right with God
Shut up.
before he
Shut
go, man. He gonna carry
up.
that laugh forever. That
She
cat, you
said
what you say?
nothing. Nothing. It don't
American
matter.
Mars nuclear scientist. What you say?
You talk about some with
Nuclear
God.
scientist.
With
Man,
God.
they ain't losing no scientists. Just like they lost them astronauts in space. Them niggas still out there somehow. They got people believing that if they
Oh,
lost, they ain't
and look
lost. They
that up
snatched
too.
their ass.
For
Yeah.
Tall Tale Thursday, actually tomorrow, that's what I'm gonna do is find that video that they were showing the all the original people that were on. I can't remember which one it
Oh
was,
yeah,
but you
the
know the one that
Apollo
blew
them
up.
that blew up. Yeah,
And
they still
you
around.
see them like living whole different lives. They're not filmed like just frolicking around. You pretty much have to live your quiet life. But
Yeah.
they found like now I do believe in doppelgangers and stuff too, but they found these original people under different aliases. So the people that's supposed to have
Wow.
died were, and it was like now in today's time, the sources are different because everything is so like deleted and looked through and checked and everything. But but yeah. So I encourage you to look that shit up. Here we go. What?
Here we go. That's that Dallas Cowboy. I seen it, Trey. Oh wow, man. LA, you want to see land past the ice wall? They got video already. It's green grass and all that. Dude flew his drone over that joint, got bad. But he released the footage. You better check it while it's on the air now. You probably gonna have to check on TikTok though, cause they delete
That's
everything
where
off
yeah.
YouTube and Instagram and
And
Facebook.
Google and all
But
that
come
shit.
on, LA, just do it make sense that we can't get over a wall, an
Right.
ice wall? We can see the top of it, so it ain't like it go all the way up to the heavens. Do it make
Right.
sense that we can't just fly over an ice wall? It ain't like we gotta climb the motherfucker. That's what
Right.
always threw me all. They like, "Yeah, we can't get past the ice wall. What's stopping us?"
Right.
Well, what the hell is stopping us? That's all. Like, can we?
Them flying no fly zone restrictions and your ass
He
getting
said they
shot
never
down if you
fixed
try
that
to.
Baltimore bridge. Nah.
Oh, they
Ain't no.
haven't?
Not yet. That probably gonna take some time, some good money. But they've been trying to do the little drone deliveries anyway out there in VA. I don't know how that's gonna work from DC though, because we don't let certain things fly in our airspace unless they want to knock a plane out. I guess
Yeah.
that's fucked up. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I don't know how that's gonna work. But that'd be a big thing. That bridge not being there, people can make deliveries, and if they do the drone delivery, they can just fly it right across. But yeah, they ain't fixed it yet. Oh, there go Destiny. What up, Des?
What's
What's
up? What's up?
up?
What's going
Uh,
on?
How
What's
y'all
up?
doing?
All
Man,
right.
we
Good.
doing
Good today.
good,
The weather's
good.
nice.
Yeah, the weather really like here. It's like I'm about to go for a walk.
Yeah. Like this fleece jacket is enough for today. I don't need a coat or jacket right now.
Yeah, I got like a sweater. Alexa, what time is it? The time is 11. That's the wrong question. Alexa, what's the temperature? Right now, it's 72 degrees. 72 degrees. It's nice.
God
Damn, where the
dang.
fuck you at?
What?
Mobile. I'm in the ball sack of Alabama, my guy. I'm watching my neighbor
Hey
mow
Siri.
his lawn.
God
But
damn.
Hey Siri.
but so y'all
What
saw me in them comments, right? And I'm over
Yeah.
here about the lost and nuclear scientists. I'm not just like I heard that on TikTok or something. I've been watching the fuck out of
Hey Siri. What's the
multiple
weather
different
right
news
now?
streams. And what happened was Trump and Musk went on their firing spree and didn't really pay attention to who the hell they were firing. And they fired a shit ton of individuals that were scientists working on bird flu and a shit ton of nuclear scientists that we had working. And then they were like, oh, fuck, hey, fuck, we don't need to fire those people. So we're going to go try to hire them back. And they were able to find the bird flu people, but they were not able to find the nuclear scientists.
Man,
So-
it sounds like somebody don't want them to find them.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing was, they got locked out of they got locked out of their federal email, and the Musk is trying to email the only fucking email he has for them, which is their federal email. It's like you're trying to hire them, unlock their email. I mean, I'm sure he's hopefully by this
They
point
looking
tried it.
for 'em. I'm pretty sure they doing everything to find them, but somebody sure they doing everything that they don't be found.
Nuclear scientists, dude. You don't want to go. Vamonos, have fun.
I don't know,
'cause,
what do they do? What is nuclear scientists? They just throw names out there. What the fuck is they doing? All I hear is
Well,
nuclear,
if they're
which don't
nuclear
sound good.
scientists, I imagine that they are heading the portion of the the defense, whatever it's called. My brain is doing a wipe because you're doing this, but also because I might have smoked
Yeah, you
earlier.
gotta be, 100% correct. I just don't know. I never heard of nuclear scientists until now.
Well,
Now
they
they
make
very
nuclear
important. Like, who the
bombs.
fuck was they 3
They
years
make
ago?
nuclear bombs.
We don't need no damn nuclear bomb. We got enough of them.
Okay, so fired them. All right. So does that mean now nuclear
But you
scientists
still,
are looking for jobs?
you still have to have people that
It
the
sound like you
scientists also understand how to care for the facility. If something goes left and some of that shit stop cooling things, and it needs to keep cool before the shit blow up, they know what to do. They know about chemical reactions, and I'm pretty sure them and along with probably FEMA and some other places know what to do with like fallouts and stuff. I think that you shouldn't get rid of I wonder who runs those nuclear plants, and if it's the nuclear science adding to the equation by, I guess, making stuff from it. But I know obviously the plants got to be monitored. Even if that's a separate entity that monitors the plants themselves, we can't have shit around here blowing up.
I just know we got the smartest people in the world, and if they fire some people, it's 100 other people that can do the same shit. LeBron, Kobe, when Jordan retired, the NBA did not stop. It's somebody
Right now,
else.
the individuals who are being considered the most
but they want them
smart.
back though. So I don't get why what's the point? Like what are they doing wrong by looking for these people and they can't find them? Who y'all think got them? Or you think that Trump and Elon fired them, then somehow kidnapped them and fake like they looking for them or something?
Well, okay, that's the conspirator thought. That's the conspirator thought, and I honestly, it's going wild in my mind. Wild, crazy, because like, what a nuclear science? Say you're a nuclear scientist for the government, and you get fired. What, you gonna work at like fucking Walmart? No,
no, but there's so many other places that, and that's kind of why I don't want, for instance, I don't want nobody to lose their job, right? But if I'm a top lawyer or a top doctor in practice or whatever, I'm not gonna have a problem going anywhere else because my service is gonna be
Adams.
Yeah. Oh, they study atoms and everything. Okay, so yeah, so stuff on a smaller scale or whatever they know about.
The teeniest, tiniest.
Yeah.
So do they stop studying atoms?
All right.
Like,
The nuclear scientist's job primarily involves conducting research in the field of nuclear physics and chemistry, studying nuclear reactions, radiation, and radioactive materials, often with a focus on developing applications for nuclear energy, medical imaging, or waste disposal, which may include designing experiments, collecting and analyzing data, developing theoretical models, and presenting findings to both technical and non-technical audiences. They may also work on safety protocols related to handling radioactive materials.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, so that the plant itself and how to care for it and keep everything running.
Yeah, and notice they said medical imaging on there as well. Waste disposal,
X-rays and stuff,
which is probably medical waste. And like, I mean, There's
But
so
I
many
believe
different.
there's people out here that's unfireable. Like if they not doing a certain job to a certain standard, or if it's budget cuts. Like I hear other companies like, why you get laid off? Oh, we just budget cuts. They had to lay people off. We understand that, but when it's on this scale and they laying off scientists, that don't mean they got no scientists. They still have some.
Yeah, I
They
don't
ain't
think
get rid of
that never
all the
runs out.
scientists. It just sits in them with so-called whatever they studying on, that all this money go to taxpayers' money that don't do shit. They just study, but it ain't doing nothing for society. I don't get it. I'm just like, he fired some people and they cut the budget and they gonna put it elsewhere. Like
Because
I don't know.
if you are anything on that level anyway, that's what I was saying about find
I
another
hope they be
realm.
like,
Find another
yeah.
realm in the same field. Because if I'm the top whatever, somebody's gonna want me somewhere else. Even if
Oh hell
it's
yeah.
not. Yeah, so
Russia
I
probably won't.
don't. It looks like like I said, this country is going through an audit, and
We're gonna fail it.
I feel like the government is trying to decide why, where all this shit money is going to. Like Molly said, y'all looking at atoms and protons and electrons and shit, but it's not advancing. I'm not saying that it's not. I don't know, but it's probably not advancing in any type of way.
Yeah, what the last thing we heard about protons and atoms? Like, what they talking about? What they doing with it? What they
Right.
doing? They got this
What do you mean? We were
accelerator
talking about
shit.
nuclear
They
war like
smashing
last year,
atoms
year before
together
last.
to make portals. That's all I know they was trying to do. They was smashing atoms together. They had this whatever machine, this big ass machine that go miles, and they make sure these particles and stuff go, all these atoms crash and collide to each other, and they trying to
Oh,
see
you
what they
talking about
do.
CERN?
Sir, and it is like, what the fuck? They ain't get nowhere yet. They spent all that money to build this machine because they saying this how the world started. They want to see if this how the world started. You class these, and now they saying this thing was causing black holes and all these Mandela effects and all this shit. It was coming from that crap, and they shut it down for a long
I like
time.
that one. I
They
like
shut
that
it
one. I
down.
want to keep that one. They call
Yeah.
it the Mandela effects.
Yeah, they was saying all type shit. They was saying this shit was causing it. That was the conspiracy theories on it. But they shut that machine down. But it was billions of dollars spent on that. For what? Why keep giving them money to look up shit that ain't help? They ain't cure cancer yet, but motherfuckers want to keep giving them money to cure something that been cured 10 times, and they keep killing the people who do it. So obviously, why keep funding something that ain't gonna never get cured? Why keep funding this AIDS epidemic, HIV? All these things they create, and we know they got a cure for it, but now they get mad because they taking money from, because they know this bullshit. Y'all just over here eating up these people money. We about to cut half of this shit. We got to let some of y'all go because y'all ain't in here doing nothing but crossword puzzles and going on vacation. We don't need all of y'all to keep looking up shit to not find shit. Doctors get paid a lot of money. Scientists get paid a lot of money. They ain't like no $30,000-$50,000 salary. Like, nah, some of them boys touching M's. So it's like,
Yeah.
nah, let them go and get back the ones we want, though. I don't know who kidnapped them, but whoever got them, we need them back. Because
Right.
Russia and them going to start hiring them, Destiny. It ain't that they're going to be out of a job. Our enemies or our competition might go after them. And due to the
That's what I'm
fact that
saying.
America pushing hate on our own government and the people that's in there now, people be willing to go work against us and work with the enemy because they got them brain like we still American. They don't care if Joe Biden in office, Obama in
Well,
office.
sometimes
That's
it's not
our
even I'm gonna
president.
go
You
work
got to
with the
back your.
enemy.
You got to back
Sometimes
your
it's not
president.
even that. There are a lot of people talking about fleeing the US right now. A lot of people that's like, I mean it this time. We'll see what happens. But as per what America's doing right now, Trump literally said, Canadians, they want to be the 51st state. They'll have lower taxes and they'll have more freedoms and da-da-da-da-da. And the Canadian whatever he is, prime minister, basically laughed at that and was like, no, we're not going to do that. And he said, well, if you're not going to do that, we're going to put tariffs on you. And he said, okay. And then we put tariffs on them. And now that there are tariffs on them, Canada has stopped providing us with materials. So if you haven't noticed any Canadian mist not existing lately, that's the thing. And they also have stopped buying from us, which the majority of MAGA farmers are up north, right there along that line, right? That make most of their sales off of selling to Canada. So now they've got fields and fields that aren't selling, plus they have less workers due to these big layoffs things, that they don't have enough people to fucking farm the fields. So yeah, Canada was like, all right, we're gonna start working with, I think it was the UK that they're working more intimately with. I need to look into that, but they are signing deals elsewhere because Trump is like, hey, fuck you. Basically, you're going to be with us or you're not going to be with us, which he's also made approximately the same statement to, I think it was like the senator of Maine, who she did not, I loved her. I mentioned this to Molly last night because he said, it's the senator of Maine here. And she said, damn right I'm here. And I was like, that's my bitch. I don't know who she is, but hell yeah. And he said, you're not going to comply with my new orders about trans people. And she's like, no. And he goes, well, if you don't do that, then you're not going to get any federal funding. And she said, okay, I'll see you in court. Which, by the way, our government has already failed a court thing as of yesterday for cutting off international federal funding whenever he wasn't allowed to do that. And it was kind of funny hearing the lawyer that represented Trump kind of stutter on everything, trying so hard not to say yes or no as to whether or not that funding has been cut back on. The judge repeated himself 4 times, including stating, I don't know why you can't just give me a straight answer on this. There was a 15-minute recess. When they came back, guys still didn't have a straight answer. The judge said, you know what? How about this? Y'all get that shit turned back on by tomorrow, or there will be, I forget what the consequences were because I was over here like da-da-da-da-da. And then he said, if you can't get it cut back on, I need the people that are resisting it being cut back on to put their faces in my courtroom. So he basically said if Trump and Musk are holding back on why they won't cut back on international funding for, I think it was the health portion of it, that he cut off without being allowed to cut it off. If he has a problem with cutting it back on, he can put his face in court and tell the judge why he's not doing that. So that's the full update on that. We've already lost the court case.
Fuck Canada.
So you saying, so you saying Trump sent Kendrick Lamar to take out Drake?
Yeah.
Dude, Kendrick Lamar is being quoted so hard right now in politics too, which I think is so funny.
Which is actually dope because it is.
It's getting younger people involved. Why I'm soaring into politics right now is because I saw a politician and he's talking about, first off, he said the head chairman lady or whatever last meeting showed a dick pic. Literally, he said, literally showed a dick pic. So here, I brought one of my own and he held up a picture of Elon Musk. I busted out laughing. And then at the end of all of it, he's talking about how Elon Musk's crew that is getting the information like our social security, our bank shit, all that treasury information is being handed to individuals as young as 19 years old and up to 25 or so. One of them, the leader of them, his hashtag on every social media is hashtag big balls, by the way. So hashtag big balls is handling our financial department. And the guy starts to talk about this. He goes, they're under what's it called? Under this, under that, and probably a minor. And I was like, all right, I'm in politics now.
I mean, they push hate Trump, hate Elon, and seem like important in that as well. You know, like whatever they say, oh, Elon and this and that is hate.
I can admit that they are pushing the hate, but you also have to admit that they're pushing it for a good reason.
No, they not, because Canada make almost $2.7 billion a day by working with us, Americans. So if they want to cut that off and start fucking with us, then go ahead. They don't. Like, we they biggest and largest protectors for one, and that's where it started from. They ain't gonna keep asking us for help if they're gonna do business with countries we don't fuck with. So if you're gonna talk to the enemy, because you gotta talk the hood, like, for people to understand, because that's what they doing in politics. You can't keep dibbing and dabbing with the ops and then come to us and charging us more than the ops. When it go to wartime, we here to protect y'all. Matter of fact, if y'all need our help again and we got to keep coming out here and risking our civilians' lives, we might as well make y'all the 51st state. Y'all might as well be part of America. Why not? We risking our life for y'all all the
Well,
time.
because they
We
have
make
all the
sure we
freedoms
the
that they
biggest.
have.
I
And
know.
really,
So they
we
can
only
be
want to
free and
go
fight
over
on
there
their
for
own.
their resources.
We don't need their resources.
There was
They
even a
need us.
What
conversation.
Texas
resources
is
did
better
they
than we.
have? What
Uh,
resources did they
They
have that
got
we want?
fruit.
they
Moose.
potentially have a shit ton of oil. A shit ton of oil. They have so much land that has not been plowed into, not been checked out for the oil, and they are so close to different oil deposits that it's like, fuck, we want that. There was a moment in one of his fancy meetings where an interviewer in the crowd asked about the Canada not wanting to be the 51st state, and he said no, they're gonna be. And then the interviewer then went into name that there's already been talk of us entering in Ontario and then just waltzing around and trying to take over Canada as if it is an actual invasion. And he said, well, I mean, whatever comes to it, comes to it. And it's like, wait, you're talking about invading like the marshmallow of the world?
This is
crazy.
amazing. Yeah, that's how we got here in America in the first place.
Yeah.
Take
And
shit.
everybody
Same
is
people in
comfortable where
place.
they are.
Take shit. Like I'm shocked that everybody like even on them like California is Mexico, San Diego, all that shit. That's Mexico. We take shit. That's what they do. They take land. But at the end of the day, we are allies. We work together. We've been allies for World War I, World War II. So it's like we've been working together. But at the end of the day, y'all ain't gonna be the only one that's beneficial from this. Y'all even gonna join us on that. I like it. It's like we ain't gonna keep doing things together. But then when it comes to y'all winning and we over here dealing with all this bullshit, y'all keep winning. Yeah, y'all the sellers. That's like, and we just the buyers, right? So it's just like I'm cool with you. I'm saying y'all even gonna be part of it now. If they don't want to be part of it, we don't protect y'all no more. Y'all go out there, deal with who y'all want to deal with, and when they come to take y'all shit, cause that's what's gonna happen. They gonna pretend, yeah, we'll do business with y'all, Canada, and then they're gonna say, no, what? We just want to take y'all shit, and then they're gonna be looking for help, and they're gonna say, America, y'all just gonna sit back and watch. That's what everybody say. Then, oh, why America ain't go help them people? Why ain't go help them people? Because people decide to make business decisions on their own. They don't want to be part of America, but they want America's help. It just be weird, you know. And it's still politics, you know. I don't know what's they final. They might can just be playing this just for the media. Canada and America, they've been working together for the longest. This is the first time something like this. Because it can all be fake, you know, just for us to talk about it, keep us distracted from something. But it don't make sense to me. It's just like Canada always been cool with us. They making money, we making money. You know, I understand some of the things y'all having to disagree with Canada, but I ain't think it should have came to trying to take over their whole state and make them part of America. But if it do come to that, I don't know how Canada just faking like we don't need y'all, America. Like, yeah,
Canada's
bro,
like
we
half the
good without y'all.
continent, for the record. Canada is like half of North America, the continent
Yeah,
of
It's
when you
North
based on
look
America.
at how
our
far
globe. That
up,
globe is fake. Y'all keep thinking this fake. Africa is bigger than all of us. Africa can fit every last country and continent in it alone. But according to our globe, it was racist back then. So they was making certain areas look bigger than it
smaller.
actually was.
Yeah.
And Canada is majority white, so it always gonna look like it's bigger than what it actually is. But nah, most of them is on like 7% of the world is Caucasian. The rest of 93 is blacks and other nationalities. So it's like, nah, I don't. When I see certain countries like that, they be saying it's that big and that. I'm like, nah, that's just to throw off the counts and the numbers.
Yeah.
Or it could be true, but I don't believe Canada is big as they be trying to make it look like it is. If
Yeah.
that's the case, they won't need our help to fight. They got enough citizens to fight and take care of their own.
Yeah, but
Without
they
even
shouldn't
worrying about
have to. They're such peaceful people. They're
We
so
got
hurt
to.
right now by this that there was that America versus Canada hockey game,
Man, what?
and they were
That's
in Canada. Did you see that?
best games ever. They need to do this shit again. They need to start some more shit up because that was the best game. I don't even like hockey, and I watched it. I liked it. And they
It
was
was
lit.
There was what, like 3 fights in like the
It was
first
3
minute or
fights in
something?
7 seconds.
First, yep.
Media, but they peaceful
hmm
people. They peaceful people. I guess we
But
started
they
the
are
fight.
not down with
They
this.
not peaceful. They out there joint calling us all type of crazy shit. They mad and they doing things. They not peaceful. I wouldn't be peaceful neither, I guess, if you piss me off. But we not gonna act like they just these Christians and these great people that don't do wrong by nobody. Hell no. Canada got a lot of problems over there.
Right.
They still deserve if they want to be part of another country, not though. But if they
Well,
do decide
if
not
you
to, they on their own. Like you can't be, they can't be mad if we choose not to help them if they go to war with anybody.
it's just my brain just cannot compute that
Right
throughout
now,
all the things in history the
What's
US
up,
went from
Trina?
what's up, big sis?
I
hi
showed you
Trina,
Brussels sprouts yesterday.
good afternoon. We're still here. My bad. It's probably my bad because I was like politics.
I know you're right.
Um
Nah, it's Elon and Trump. They got a lot of people pissed off right now. I'm telling people, don't let them get to you. Like we only
well
live
one
in
of
Canada.
one of their workforce things that they're breaking down is going to make it where
Shut up,
Yeah, they
Josh.
did beat up Rick Ross. They jumped his. He tried to
Josh.
play with Drake.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he tried to play with Drake in Canada. They like, nigga, you think we going
Oh.
like that? They whooped his ass.
Oh, damn. I didn't even know that. Now I
With
gotta look some shit up.
security and all that. They was whooping his ass.
And money don't stop that. Stop you
Hey,
getting your
yeah.
ass whipped. Shit.
Hey, nah, Canada get rowdy, man. And that's where everybody go for the strip clubs and the sets. That's where your man snitched on LeBron, telling LeBron, you know what you be doing down there in Canada. Drake was looking out for you. Drake used to have the girls set up for you when you come. Oh, that's messed up.
Uh-huh.
can I
Put
can
his
I
ass
throw
out
out
there.
two more things that have been bugging me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. A, America is trying to own the Gaza Strip, which includes kicking out tens of thousands of people just to build a fancy hotel. Um, and B, Trump met with Putin to do kind of like a peace treaty over Ukraine.
Yeah,
Did not invite Ukraine to the meeting. Basically made it out like nobody knows who really started this dispute, who invaded who, you know. And to make things better, we're going to for being such a nice person and helping Ukraine with the war. What we're gonna do in the future is we're gonna build a little base here. We're gonna give them it was like a shit ton of money, along with a bunch of weapons and planes and tanks and all this jazz. So future things and da da da. And since we were so nice to do that, what we're going to do is take as much of your resources as possible. Because guess what? They found out there's a shit ton of oil in Ukraine as well.
it's all everywhere. It's blood and earth.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, so
And everybody's scared about whether or not we'll be able to get to the electric range in enough time. So like this potentially, as per that, giving us more time before we get there, technically could have like this much out of all that bad, this much okay for the future if it was used properly. But I doubt it's going to be used properly
you said
if it
electric
happens.
range.
Yeah, because we need to adjust it. Shush. We need to adjust to being more into electricity rather than the fossil fuels burning
Yeah.
to slow the progression of our next Earth's cycle of warming. And I say it like that because it's been happening, people. This isn't a new thing. It's been
Yeah.
happening for more millennia than you can think. We freeze and then we get really hot, and then we freeze again and we get really hot. So at least we're here at the getting really hot and not another freeze.
Yeah. I mean, I would think in 2025. See, the problem is we have alternatives for everything. Um, Me just simply reading show, you know, tons of inventions that could do the following. But my problem is it's not about that. burning, using up oil and all that stuff is depleting us for multiple reasons. We are using it for energy and everything, but it's taken away from us, having an adverse effect for a bunch of different reasons. And in 2025, I'm still surprised that we're drilling from the ground. Um, you can't overload electrical grid. Everybody has a hybrid. Everyone has a Tesla now. Everyone has a Cybertruck. Everybody is going. That's cool and all. That's nice, but if we get hit with an EMP or something like that, all that electrical shit is still going out the window regardless. And like I said, we can't overload our electrical grid. So everybody can't go 100% electric, but I don't understand why we are still, like I said, drilling for oil.
Well, that's where it
Like
is.
why we're not trying to actually
No,
fix the country instead of just
well, think about. Okay, so the richest men in history have had something to do with major resources, primarily oil, and then like
yeah.
the different materials that it takes to make steel and things like that. So primarily fucking oil. Oil is the biggest damn money maker fucking thing out here, especially since Henry Ford decided to take the manipulation of oil that is gasoline and make it a primary thing to
You say it's something. You said I'm talking, not something. I spread your lips. You said I'm talking.
yeah, because yeah, I'm here, but
You should have let it be a live uncut moment and just let the shit be unmuted.
But no, it was the primary thing. Oil makes kerosene, oil makes gasoline, oil makes a good bit of other things as well.
Heat
Those are the
buildings, they
top
use
three
for
things.
heat. Yeah, a lot of shit.
And we have to use oil and gasoline in our vehicles. We are just going. We have to use those products in order to go and progress in our most progressive manner. So the oil
So
company, huge money makers, big billionaires up there doing their oil thing. So, but if they get cut out because people aren't using vehicles, do you know how much money they would lose? They're like, no, let me bribe as much as I possibly fucking
well,
can to make sure that doesn't happen.
I do understand it's a money thing. I know where it is in the market. And I understand the profit, but when I look at
Yeah.
inventors that created things like the hydro car, off of a couple, it can do. I think it was like 300 miles off a couple gallons of water.
There's
Um,
also
Yeah,
the
standing in the
gasoline mushroom that is titled that because it is so fucking potent that it can like mixed in with I think they said it would be even more potent if they were able to mix it with waste. Like imagine you just shove some
and
mushroom
with
in there and
and
piss
with
in it in the morning.
and somebody who and with those facts is my argument with the government, because though that is a way, that can be a way, but it's clear with these sinkholes and all this other shit going on that our overconsumption is doing something not only to us but our atmosphere, because we breathing this shit, doing something to the ozone layer because we're not supposed to be. People weren't always burning up oil and gas and all this. People weren't always doing
But
that,
who was
but the
trying to
fact
switch
that,
the oil, Trey?
huh?
Well, you can finish your point. I'm gonna ask you a question now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I was just saying that I somebody who sits and I don't just smoke weed, so I'll be sitting there and I'll watch and retain information on um documentaries, and I come across most of that stuff is not gonna be on no Netflix and all that shit anyway, because that's not gonna be pushed that way. People that actually take the time or years to study and compile information got to be talking about a lot of stuff like that. There's a lot of people that are dead and gone because they came up with things that could fix all of this shit. So I'm not saying you can't burn some oil. I'm not saying we can't, but we can wean ourselves off of that. It can still be a moneymaker just the same, but it's I kind of be lost for words because it's clear that the agenda is not about the greater good of the country or the planet or none of that shit.
About pockets.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Pockets.
saying.
Like,
So,
the reason we
but we
don't
have
have
those
cars
ways.
fueled by mushrooms is because they don't have the
Yeah.
funding. With all this funding we're cutting, can we fund mushroom-based cars?
Can we really dial this shit back? And I forgot the guy's name. I'll bring that up too. So it's for Tall Tale Thursday tomorrow. And I gotta watch the shit back to remember the other thing that I said. But I'm gonna look that up too because it's an inventor that had a hydropowered car.
Yeah,
And he demonstrated it. It can drive, I think, 300 miles off a couple gallons, like
he
3
did on live
gallons.
tele. He did on live television.
Yeah. So, so these things, we can't
And
possibly be here with technology, and got all these little side devices and all this wireless Bluetooth shit, and we can't do that.
Yeah,
We
apparently the
still
only way
are,
we're gonna progress is if we've got children mining for cobalt.
yeah, type shit. Still got
That stuff
motherfuckers
looks like
pouring shit.
you ever seen Rundown
Yeah.
with The Rock? Yeah, shit looks like
Yeah.
that, but children. Crazy,
Yeah.
crazy
that
word.
we know the
People still,
oil
yeah,
fucked the
what, Molly?
environment.
Go ahead.
Nah, Sam, we know the oil fucked the environment up. Like everybody know that. But they continue to dig. We know people invented easier ways to travel, but they still refuse that. Them people mysteriously died some type of way. These people pay on an average 65,000 a year per digger, and it be like 100 people out there digging. So they got the money to do a lot of these things. They just choose not to. But what's weird is now we got another guy that came out with an electric vehicle. And every time you see some on the media about him, it's bad. Or he has vehicles don't work and this and this. It's no different than anything because they want us to continue to use oil. A lot of people don't trust those vehicles because they want us
Yeah.
to use
And
oil. But
the CEO of Ford, Ford made the Ford Lightning, which was an electric truck. Hey, stepdaddy. And
Hey,
hey,
stepdaddy. What's up, Slim?
Getting fat. I'm getting fat.
Talking monkey. It's all right. Shit.
Yeah,
It's all
I'm
right. We all got a
underground.
little something.
I might lose the signal. I'm underground
yeah,
right now.
Stanley Meyer.
Oh, all right.
That's his
Yeah,
name.
you are. Especially if you in a tunnel, you might lose it if you ain't coming
Kind of
back
was
out.
on
Stanley
I done made
Meyer.
it
she's trying. She's trying.
Yeah.
something. Oh no.
Yeah, so the CEO of Ford had his electric truck and decided I'm gonna take a ride down Route 66, which is a old as fuck, long
Route
as fuck route.
66.
Yeah, thank you. And he's like he got done with the driver, didn't even complete it, something like that. He was so mad. He's like, there was a lack of charging stations out there. So because of that,
Yeah.
I don't want to make electric vehicles anymore. What? Why would
Wow.
you put charging
But
stations out there?
why are they
They
not
paid.
self-sustaining? Like, okay.
Like
Okay, we
you
do
know the
have
windmill
yeah.
energy? Like your tires could
Why
fucking
is it not like we have regenerative stuff, and not to bring up Amazon or whatever, but driving one of the electric joints, right? I can, and even regular cars, some of them do it, but like I can see the regenerative, I'm sorry, I'm saying it wrong, regenerative, I think, technology that like it'll take the friction off of like the wheels and shit like that. But why don't we have it? Why do we still like need to charge cars as much as we do? Like, okay, because if we go on electric, we still can't all be pulling electricity. It's still a power
Yeah, we
grid.
have
Yeah,
an
that shit
alternator
lasts you a
in our
while.
vehicles, and the point of the alternator is to take the energy you are creating and divert it into the battery. So why can't we have something similar? It's just sole battery, and you got to rely on that. You don't have an alternator in there that the more your fucking thing turns down that yonder, the more it charges this, and the more it
Yeah,
charges that. The more you
yeah. I
drive, the
mean,
more charged your shit is.
they'll have
Yeah.
like. Go ahead, Molly.
No, but they do have solar cars, and they actually came out one in like 1984 or something like that. I know it's some few years before I was born, but they just continued it because the economy was going down due because they wasn't digging oil. Like she said, a lot of people ain't have the money to even come over, and they need charge stations for this time. So it's just like it all come down to the bottom dollar. A lot of these cars could have ran on water, but something happened. They lost the pad somehow. Like nah, but now they allow Elon Musk to come out with electric cars. It's just weird to me. So it's like now they see the benefit from electric cars, not for the environment, but for information. They know where you at all times. If they want to shut your car down from anywhere, they can. They already been doing it on rental cars. You don't make a certain payment by a certain time. They just shut your car down. You can't even start it up. So now you starting to see this is why they allow Elon Musk to do these things. Some people you can do gas or electric. So it's
Yeah.
like you might want to go electric, but at the same time we lose something. You might want to stay gas, but at the same time that still hurt the environment. So it's like it's just lose situation, but we all need to travel. So it's like if
Yeah.
our people was able to survive on horse and buggies and
Guys,
stuff like
electric things have been a
we'd
thing
be
for
all
a
right.
while.
Yeah, a long time. They've
Yeah,
been
that was a
No,
long
making
time.
yeah, Nissan Leaf was the world's first mass market electric vehicle. That was released in 2010, but the lithium ion battery was in 1980s, blah, 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 blah. But mother truckers, guess
They go
what? The first
way back
electric
farther
car
than that.
was the
Yeah.
Flocken Electrowagen, which
Yeah.
would have been pronounced Electrowagen, which was invented in Germany in 1888.
18.
Electrowagen.
They used to have
Electrowagen.
eviction. They used to have like little like certain events that they show off their new electric cars in the 1800s, and they show off all their little self-park cars. They had things
Yeah.
that park itself. I was like,
See,
this
that
is
was the thing. Everybody thinks that Ford was like the car guy. Cars are because of Ford. The mass production due to a production line is Ford, and including a lot of our average work hours and our schooling, that kind of jazz. But he didn't come up with cars. He just came up with a way to make them cheaper. That's it. Cars existed before Ford. He just made them cheaper.
Yeah, right.
He had a
Right.
manufacturer that he can get them out faster. And a lot of other people couldn't keep up, so he took over.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Historians estimate that around 1/3 of the cars on the streets of the United States in 1990 were electric.
Wow.
It's crazy,
Or
right?
no, 1900. I read that wrong. My thing kicked in. 1900. A third of the cars on the streets were electric.
Yeah.
So what was their source though? Because they weren't. I don't know when like wall units and stuff came to be, but what was their power source?
Yeah,
Because you
they
know how
had
you can.
electric charge stations. Like they had it like a charge station, but it was one little hose, and it took a little longer to charge. But they
Yeah.
had they everything has been repeated again. It just at a
Yeah.
different scale, look a little different, but ain't none of this shit new. That's how they able to do it today. I don't think Elon Musk a genius. I don't think he created any of this shit. I just think he came across some patents that his parents and them probably had or owned from somebody else, and he got the smartest people to create it. And he pushed it out there. Same thing with Steve Jobs and a lot of these dudes, because it's like when they talk, I don't get that. It's like most
Yeah,
people
I
that
know.
invent things, when they talk, they sound like they invented that shit. But when they talk about their inventions, it just sounds like they don't even know how it worked for real. Like he told the dude, shoot at the car, it ain't gonna crack, or throw something
That
at.
nigga sound like he do
Nigga threw that
DoorDash.
joint, that joint cracked,
He
that
had a
thing
rechargeable
shattered.
lead acid battery and a top speed of 9 miles per hour.
Yeah,
So even back then with
That's
electric
stop.
vehicles, they were still, plugging something in or
Yeah,
something.
but that's compared to a horse buggy though. So it's like you moving faster than them. They
Yeah.
was going around them. Like I gotta start. I gotta get my laptop. I can show
It
y'all
was a
some old
1
footage.
horsepower
Yeah,
motor.
footage of this stuff. It's
1
footage.
horsepower motor. Damn.
Don't
Yeah.
don't he have a robot wife?
Huh?
What?
You always on that freaky shit. We be
What do you
talking
say?
serious and then you be
What
on
do you
that
say?
nasty. Say
No,
something about a
I'm
robot
saying
wife.
that
Yeah, those are a thing.
don't he got a robot wife?
Oh, Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Or I mean,
No,
he
no,
did. Oh,
Musk.
Elon?
Yeah,
He got a
I
robot wife?
I
he got a robot
don't
wife.
know. If he probably selling them, he probably got one. Probably advertising it, but I don't know. When you're a billionaire, you can have the
Well,
robot
it
wife.
says Elon
Wife.
Musk doesn't have a robot wife, but he has a humanoid robot named Optimus that was created by
Yeah,
Tesla in 2022.
yeah, I remember. But yeah, I don't know if he doing anything with it or he married
It's a
it.
general purpose robot.
But yeah, that robot is weird. Like they getting
I
closer
seen
and
it on
closer.
TikTok.
General is a general word. It is a very vague word. So I don't know.
They seen it on TikTok. Hey
I
Man,
didn't
man,
know it was on TikTok.
the world would collapse if they start.
Pop quiz: how many kids does Elon Musk have?
he have a
Yeah.
lot.
Start making
He have a
robotic
lot. He ain't
women.
raised none of them. What he got? Like 7, 8 kids? How many kids he got?
He got 12 kids,
God
How many?
damn, he got more than I thought.
How many of them are
with a
robots?
possible 13th child that he has not acknowledged.
Yeah,
Oh
them rich
Lord.
guys, they ain't got time to be raising no kids. They be hiring nannies. They be having nannies
Yup.
at each house on both sides of the family. Y'all seen Elon Musk's father doing interviews lately?
Yeah.
Man, y'all gotta check him out, man. He going in. He calling Michelle Obama, man. He saying talk about Elon, how Elon ain't raised none of his kids. Like he ain't never been around. He ain't saying it in a bad way, but he don't know that make him look bad. Hey, he
Yeah.
going in though. He talking about all the conspiracies and stuff people been talking about. I was just like, I didn't know Elon Musk's father looked like until then. And
Yeah.
he been that dude. He been getting money and stuff. They been Elon grew up with a nanny. That's why he said he liked that. He liked sport. You know, he always had a nanny. He always been taken care of.
I thought Musk
This,
was an alien.
Yeah.
huh.
Type
Well,
shit.
about to get up out of here. We've been 3 hours today. This was a good show. Appreciate whoever tuned in with us and watched. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe before you get up out of here. Funny man, we start with you before you go to sleep, man. Get us some good energy before we go. Mhm.
Hell
Some
yeah.
good energy. Some good energy. Make sure you wash your ass.
make, make sure you what?
Make sure you wash your ass, or you might end up alone by yourself. Wonder why nobody likes you.
You got dry ass advice.
Hey, you funny man. Hey,
Oh, shit.
hopefully y'all took something from that. Destiny, give him some good energy before we get up out of here. Give him some good to leave
That
with for the day.
that uh we're gonna go through a lot here soon, okay? Because you if you're confident and strong and positive, just keep pushing on. If you have anything to hold on to that shit. We're all in this shit together. You're not alone. Keep fucking going. And if you have any issues with depression, go put the sun on your skin at least once a day and eat an orange. Have a good one, y'all.
Then eat an orange. Straight
Or,
money.
or peach.
You, I really
Or some
ain't
ass.
got shit to say.
Mhm.
I
Eat
really
booty
don't
real
have shit
slow.
to say. I think nah, that's what other people on the panel into. I don't eat ass. I don't know, like, man, I don't know. Smoke some weed. Cause a lot of y'all motherfuckers be worried about shit. Y'all be stressed the fuck out. Uh I don't know. I say as a tip, but just man, try to take. I think I said this before, but try to take 20 minutes out of your day to sit without your phone and everything and reset yourself. Um, we had a good discussion about mental health and stuff today. That was dope.
Hell yeah.
Mom got on here for a little bit and talked a little bit, so that was cool with the transparency part. Um, I'm all for conversations like this. For real. I'm all for these type of talks. I love when we have our silly days, but I love when the show is constructive. Like I love when it's all information. I love when people like Destiny get on that are gonna double down on the fact checking. I love when we discuss things, but we also look them up right then and there. So the people that are having conversations with us, are hearing the information we found, or can give an update later. But I don't know. I just continue to stick to sources or people that try their best to be factual about the information that they spread.
Good, man. Appreciate Shaquan for coming on as well. That's our girl, Kwani Kwan. Prayers for our girl Riri. She's still down, but she getting better. So if y'all watching, please tag her in the comments and tell her goodwill. Give her some hearts. Just take care of yourself. Today we talked a little bit about mental health. Well, a lot of it, early on, and we was talking about a lot of these drugs and medication that they put our kids on, and how we need to be careful. Try to find a natural way. If you can't, then hey, you got to take them meds, but don't overindulge on a lot of those things, and start researching some of these things you intaking.
Yep.
It's the same thing. You're looking at the back of some food and you're looking at the ingredients. They got the same thing for a lot of these medications. You can find out what's in these things, and sometimes that's how they find out we're allergic to something. Sometimes you can prevent that by knowing what's in it and just know, yeah, I can't take that because it had this in it, but overall, I just think, we can't control what's going on in the world as a whole. All we can do is sit back and observe, but we can't make it our reality. We got to create something that fit us. We don't need to be stressing about, what the president or the ex-president or what they doing out there, but we do need to be aware, so it's good to know what they doing, but don't try to let it affect your emotions, because some of the things they doing, I think they just putting on the play to keep us at a lower vibration. So it's scary when you hear them talking about even going to war, or just causing us to go through some hard times, even if it's financial, when it comes to food, that can stress anybody out. Or just hearing that people from other places in the world going through something. And what's crazy, when you go to those places, they feel the same way about us. They got other places feeling like America going through a struggle as well. Like we over here just killing and hurting each other, but it's always love conquer all. Try to love somebody. We ain't gonna be in here too long. I gotta support my boy Just though before we get up out of here. He got
Hey, you got
event.
the poster me performing in fucking Missouri this weekend?
Send it to me. Or did you already send it?
Let's see.
Yeah, Dickie probably has already sent it in.
Let me
The
see.
green one, I think. Yeah. It's got a big picture of me and a very lovely African American woman. Can't wait to meet her.
Indie artist TV taping, be seen,
Miss
heard by
Arkansas.
thousands. Media interviews, special guests, judges, giveaways. They have a free performance at 2025 the SXSW concert. It's sponsored by Empire. It's sponsored by Dream Flix TV. Sponsored by Fanbase, which I'm assuming is their main sponsor, because they had the biggest logo on there. This is Friday, February 28th. Doors open at 7 p.m. Yeah. Shout out to
Hell yeah.
him. Shout out to anybody
Hell
having anything going on, but for real, shout out to him.
yeah.
Cause you the biggest picture on the thing, so shout out to him. This is let me see, at 5210 Arthur Road, if I'm not mistaken, Suite 103, Camp Springs, Maryland. So if you a Marylander, you on the road, shit, start hollering at me, because I like to start going to a lot of this shit I can't get to. So holler at me, holler at your boy.
My boy Jess, that's the one who, helped create that
Yeah,
song, Mama.
yeah.
Mama, I was just about to
Is
say.
this the one? Destiny, is this it right here?
No, that's an old
No,
one.
this
That was a
old.
fun show though.
Oh man, I don't got the other one.
Well, I'll be doing the Missouri show at the Hub on Saturday. And it'll be me and a lovely African American woman. I don't recall her name, but
Miss Arkansas.
huh?
Miss Arkansas.
Oh,
Miss
Miss
Arkansas.
Miss
Arkansas.
Arkansas, that's right. So me and Miss Arkansas in Missouri.
Oh, you talking about this one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know that.
I
Yeah.
thought y'all did that done already. You've been
I
promoting this
can't keep
for a
up because
minute.
everybody got a whole
And
bunch
then
of shows rolling,
Dickie
so I
ain't
can't.
been on for a while, so he ain't been
Well,
on.
That
So
wait, hold on. How
Saturday,
do
oh, Saturday,
I
March
can't
1st, 2025 at 8 p.m., you will see our own Destiny Andrews as well as our own host. I'm not calling him that, but I will call him Damian Seaman.
Boy, Jiggy.
This is at the Hub, which is obviously the Hub because there's been a lot of traveling from this show to there and a lot of networking going on. So I'm excited to see somebody else. Destiny, I'm excited to see you traveling out there to see how things go in the comedy scene. I'm excited to see you perform. Hopefully, make sure somebody records it for you. I don't know if he has rules behind recording performances or whatever, but I would like to
you
see you
better
down
not.
there. And I would love to see
I'm
your
recording
traveling
it.
journey and shit. So keep us posted
Mhm.
in your stories, Destiny, as you're traveling and making your way there. Be safe on your way. For reservations, please call Peter at 573-336-9990. Again, you got Destiny Andrews, the comedian Miss Arkansas, and you have Damian Seaman.
Yep.
It's gonna be a good
St.
show.
Robert, Missouri. If you're
Check it
anywhere
out.
near, take the drive.
St. Roberts, Missouri was the VFW Memorial Drive. Everybody got VFW.
Hey Siri.
Yeah, but
How
that was
was
777. That was the lucky one.
St.
Yeah, that's
Robert, Missouri.
crazy.
how,
Might
how
have to
was you
take
getting there,
another.
Dustin?
How am I getting there? DeQuavius is gonna take me up there.
I mean,
15 hours.
drive or
Yeah, we're
drive?
driving.
Oh, okay.
Electric car?
Well, what he's gonna pay me for the show would cover the gas money that it takes to get up there, and driving up there. So driving up there would, yeah, it's gonna take a fat chunk of time, but apparently, even though it's like $30 more to drive. If I flew, it would be like one of the flights was over 24 hours because they have layovers. So either I could, pay less and, fucking take
Fly
it a
longer.
day drive and then, or day ride, plane ride, blah, 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 blah. Or I could just drive up there.
Yeah, you on DQ, chilling, conversating.
I ain't
Like,
too much of a fan of plane rides right now anyway. So,
Oh, yeah, that part.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard Funny
There's a
Man
lot
Green
going
couldn't
on.
make it to the last one because of something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so exactly, yeah, right near us on the map. So yeah, yep. So
Man, I was
yeah.
thinking about visiting y'all, but if y'all have one more plane crash out there, I ain't visiting, okay?
One
Yeah,
is
no
enough for
worries.
me, so I won't be
One
catching shit
more.
for a little while.
Everybody was talking about leaving. So what you think they doing? They scaring people from flying. They
I
gonna
can hear
promote.
Mama. I
Hey.
finally can hear
Nah, you
Mama.
can
Why the fuck would I wanna go
Go
there?
there, mama.
Oh, my
Appreciate
chakra
y'all
bracelet my mama got me for my birthday.
Oh, that's lit.
For those that like chakras type stuff.
Yeah, I like them. I'm about to get one.
Yeah.
Swim with the sharks, piranhas,
Ah,
and
y'all.
fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up, I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Peace.